Sports Mix. Yeah. You in the mix, rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the Sports Mix with Kenny. News and knowledge. A lot of dope techniques make kids become scholars. You need to tune in. A lot of hot topics. When it comes to sports, Kenny sound like a prophet. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. Plus, he keep you up on all the hottest trends. Plus, you never know who he has as a guest. So grab a cold one, man, and just tune in. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports Mix. You in the mix. Rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty. You in the mix, man. You in the mix. You in the mix. Sports Mix. You in the mix. You rockin' with Kenny. When it comes to news, man, he got plenty.
What up, y'all? It's the Sports Mix. Big Kenny checking in. Hey, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and sharing the profile. We on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Well, not TikTok, I'm sorry. Twitter, not Twitter. I'm all over the place today. Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook tonight. Make sure you're sharing the page. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the comment button. Leave some comments. So we got a special show tonight. Special guest tonight anyway. And bring him up in a second. Get myself situated here. But we talking sports, of course. But tonight, digging in a little bit, something. We call it the sports mix. So, sometimes we mix it up. And we talk about things outside of sports. We talk about little political stuff sometimes. And then we talk about some current events sometimes. But tonight we talking fatherhood. Fatherhood. I got my man. Let me get his intro. Let me bring him up properly. Now we talked the other day, right? Me and this guy been knowing each other over 30-something years. I don't want to say exactly how many, but 30-something. And both of us only 40. So that tell you how we met as young men. Right, we met as young men way back in the day, but my guy Eric, the Real Dadvocate Smith. So Eric is a 56-year-old father of 4, alongside his wife, founded Winning Strategies, Fatherhood, the Courts in Custody. That's a nonprofit that was born from his firsthand fight to ensure fathers are seen as more than just child support payers. Having observed systematic pattern in Maryland, where due process is often violated by tying financial penalties and unfair custody outcomes, Eric is now on a mission to dismantle a broken system and restore balance, ensuring that fathers receive equitable access to their children without having to battle a legal rigged framework. Welcome to the Sports Mix, my guy, the Real Dadvocate, Eric Smith. What's up, my brother?
What's going on, Kenny? How you doing, sir? How you doing?
Oh man, all is good. It's good to have you on here, man. And proud of what you got going on, helping out fathers. I've been kind of watching you from afar a little bit. Kind of watching what you've been doing and checking your videos out and seeing you doing the work. I know that. Thank God I never had to go through the court system to deal with that stuff. I've dealt with some stuff with being a dad, but never had to go the court route. So I was thankful for that. But I know a lot of brothers that have been through the court systems and feeling like probably because they didn't really understand their rights, didn't really know how to fight. And I guess you had a personal situation that kind of opened your eyes to something need to be done. So you took a step, and then you started making some things happen with your own nonprofit organization, Winning Strategies.
Yes,
so
sir.
just tell me a little bit about how you got it started, and what led you to become the Dadvocate.
All right. Well, first of all, thank God for allowing me to come on and share this with you and your viewers. And just let me say this. Thank you, Father, for allowing us to just come on and just share this with fathers and others so they can not be so taken, not be so upset with the system. Just the knowledge is useful and knowledge that I hope fathers hear to. Now, can you illustrate this? Um, my wife, she's not my wife at the time, but she was my fiance. We were in court, okay, and we were caught down in Baltimore City.
All
At
right,
the time,
you breaking up just a little
uh,
bit, brother.
again,
So you're breaking up a little bit. So I don't know if you
okay,
got get a better location. It's real choppy. I
can
want to make sure everybody get this information.
you hear me good now?
It's still a little choppy.
Uh,
You want you
if
want
they need that, I'll send my phone number so they can reach out. But
you want to log
basically,
off? Want to log out
it's
right
just,
back? Come back in.
all right, let me try that.
All right, we do that. We do that. Yeah. So we'll get them technical difficulties ironed out because he got some information for you. For fathers, man, that's fighting the system. You know what I'm saying? Fighting the system, man, and we just want to make sure that information is coming through loud and clear. We want to make sure that's coming through loud and clear, man. And I'm gonna put his website up in case you want to get there and go check it out. So we got my man back. All right, let's try it again.
All right, can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Much better, much better.
All right. So basically, it happened a few years ago when we were down in Baltimore City,
Hmm.
okay, and the magistrate at the time, she really tried to bring me on my rights. And I was like, no, this can't happen. And I was going off a bit. So my fiance said, call recess. So we go out and call recess. She just said, listen, just make it about your daughter. I mean, about your son at the time. Okay. And that's that. So once I get there, we talk everything over. Then she hangs up her order. And when I look at her order was totally wrong. Okay, and it was against how what family law was about. Basically, what it was is I started the research. I found out that she was totally wrong in what she did, so I wrote my appeal, and my appeal won.
Okay.
Okay, they said, "Do you have a law degree? Do you have an attorney helping you?" I said, "No." Kenny, you know how I was up at TCB. I just was in the library. I researched it and I put it together.
Right.
And so basically, I felt as though if I can do it, I can help other fathers do it as well. And that's how I got started.
Okay. Okay. So how long ago was that? So when did you actually start this journey?
Actually, we got our 501c3 from IRS during COVID.
Okay. Okay.
The last year, COVID, they gave us our 501c3, and it's been steady going. Okay, we've been at the Ravens games, Orioles games, fundraising, doing that, making sure we get enough, I'll say, funds to do programming. Now, when we're at the baseball games for the Orioles, that's when we help fathers pay for shoes, pay for school, back to school materials, and everything. And if their children are at least 18 years of age, they volunteer when they go back to school, they can help out their brother because we've paid for shoes for both of them.
Okay.
Okay, and I mean, we've kicked out $150 per person. Okay,
Okay.
for the
Okay.
volunteer and for their brother or sister.
That's what's up.
So that's how we do it. If the father can't, we'll step in, but we have to be honest and we have to be real. Sometimes the fathers aren't grown up enough.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
and if the mother is there, say, "Hey, we need help." Okay, we'll help you as long as you can come in like the father's supposed to do. The mothers are there. The mothers are ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just it. But we're here. We're doing this. We've been trying to do this for. We want to do this until I can't do it no more. Let me say it like that.
There you go.
Okay, like today, I was off. Um, I walked 10 miles, 5 up, 5 back, to research a case for his case in Baltimore County. Okay, and my wife said, "You driving up there?" I'm like, "No, I'm walking." She's like, "Okay." So I got up this morning, walked up there, and walked back. But like I was explaining to you before we came on, I just sent the email to the commissioner of the NFL, commissioner of WNBA, commissioner of Major League Baseball, and NASCAR, because I want to get the first book we wrote. Okay, that was just for fathers to put later. I'll say groundwork. Now we want to get what the actual pro athletes feel about how their fathers were in their lives.
Okay.
Okay, why or what or why were they or why weren't they? All right, so we want to get their responses. We want to see what they have to say.
Okay.
Um, so we're taking it to the next level. If people say, "Well, who are your sponsors?" Art, I'm like, when you dealing with fatherhood in Maryland, I'm gonna just stick with Maryland right now. Nobody really wants to talk to you.
Right.
Okay, so
Right.
basically, we're doing it ourselves, and that's how we do
Yeah.
it. I just, like I said, I just got sent the email to the commissioner of NFL, WNBA, and the NBA. And last week, we sent the email to the congressional people, House of Representatives, asking for a congressional inquiry to the child into the child support and child custody here in Maryland. All right, because you'll be surprised at the number of fathers in pro sports and how much they have to pay, okay, for child custody and child support. Okay.
I've heard some of them stories.
Yeah. So basically, this is just not a um groundwork level situation. This goes up to the top.
Yeah.
All right. And if a father can be there for his or her child, okay, I mean his child, male or female, why can't they do it? Okay.
Right.
Why can't they?
Right. So Eric, I got my co-host joining me. Dean, Dean, what's up, brother?
What's up? What's up? How y'all doing?
All
Man,
right.
all is well. All is well. No, Eric. Eric, you still with us?
All
You
right,
froze up.
man.
Okay, you froze up on the screen. So Eric is the. So what's your title? You president, CEO? What you call yourself?
Exact, executive director. I have a board, um, and they know what I do, and they know my credentials on it. So the board allowed they give me a little bit of leeway in doing what I need to do. However, if they feel I'm getting too far out there, they'll start reeling me back in. Then calm down a little bit.
Yeah. So yeah, let me catch you up. Dean, Eric is the executive director of Winning Strategies, and that's a program they help fathers navigate the court systems, with getting, with child support and child custody and everything that goes along with that. Um, like I said, I've known Eric probably way over 30 years, probably 35, 36 years, something like that. We used to be in Paradox together, and fantasies, and went to school together up CCB. So we got some history.
Okay.
We've
Okay.
known each other for a long time, man, and solid brother. Always been a good dude, man. Since I first met him, always been a good brother. So
Thank you.
when I saw him doing this work, when I saw him doing the work, again, like we always, if it's on social media, if it catch your attention, you gonna pay a little more attention. So I was kind of watching what he was doing without really knowing the story or knowing what even motivated you to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I watch, and again, it never stopped. You know what I'm saying? You know how some people start something and then kind of fade away. They want something else. But I see, you are started it, and you haven't stopped. You know what I'm saying? And I've referred a couple of people to you. You know, haven't gone through the process totally yet, but I have referred them, and you start the process with a couple of people. So to get your help, right? To get you to help somebody, say, all right, I refer a client to you that's having some situations or whatever. What are the next steps after the initial referral or the initial contact? What happens after that?
I have to do a vetting process. All right. And a part of my vetting process, he has to fill out a form, okay, and talk about the situation. Now, a lot of fathers don't know that anybody can look into your court case. All right, like I said, I walked up to the Baltimore County Courthouse today. I went up there, sat in the law room, and just pulled up his case, started looking at everything. So a father tells me this, and he says what's going on, and I'm gonna look it up. Okay, before I put this organization out there, say we're going to work with you. I want to see what's going on. If I look at it, if I look at your case and I see you got a lot of drug charges, okay, I'm gonna call you right then and there. What's up with all these CDS possessions? Okay, if I see that you have domestic violence, yo, what's going on with this? Okay, he could tell me one thing, but I can click that button, I can pull up that document, and I can read that document myself and see what was going on. Okay, so that's how I do it. And I did that, and I did that with him today. I pulled up his information. I saw that. I immediately texted him. I said, "What's up with this?" He's like, "No, Mr. Eric, that was that. I was younger in 2018. I'm not like that anymore." I'm like, "Oh, I see that you haven't been arrested any time, but I just need to know." Okay. So after that, we talk about the whole what he's trying to do. Okay. And a lot of fathers need to understand. Okay. I don't want to be upset with the mother at the time. Okay. Because it's the system. Okay. I tell fathers, I had a father reach out to me and I helped him out. He said, how they just go to this? I'm like, they go to just child support because they know that that's the money grab. All right. However, what you need to do, if you can, you need to file for custody as well. Okay. He said, what did that do? He said, what? I said, just try it. Try it. I said, when you go to your child support hearing, you tell them that you filed for custody. He said, Mr. Eric, you were right. He said, now have anybody filed for custody? He said, I said, yes. He said, okay, case stops. Okay? Because they cannot impose a child support order until you go for custody. That's law. Okay? Now, a lot of young men don't want to listen. I'm sorry, they don't. Okay? So basically, that's how they jam themselves up. And here in Maryland, there's a law that states that if you have 94 overnights with your child, that's considered joint custody. You got 365 days a year. And you mean to tell me you can't keep your child overnight for 94?
So 94 right? days is considered
94 overnights. That's it.
That's considered legal custody?
That's considered joint custody.
Joint custody. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
All right. And then at that time, and don't say you got a nice job where you getting health benefits. Okay. Then if you're getting health benefits and you have the child on your health insurance, don't you think the court is going to love that because they ain't got to pay Medicaid to pay for your child? All right. So fathers need to understand that. All right. And that's what we try to do with fathers. Okay. Yeah, you can go out and play ball, you can do everything else. Okay, just get your mind right. Okay, but realize that you still have that responsibility to that young man and that young lady trying to come up, trying to see their dad. Okay, I Kenny, you know how I used to do it in fantasy or Paradise checking IDs. I had to do that. Okay. However, at 5 o'clock when that club closed down, I had to get some sleep. And at the time, it was just my daughter. I had to. All right. And that was something that I chose to do.
Right.
All right. Fast forward, the coach tried to do that to me. And I'm like, no, whoa, no. And my daughter's now 30 something. Okay. She lives in another state. And she will talk from time to time. And she's like, I really thank you for raising me. Because I had full custody of her. Okay,
Right.
I would let her go back home to her mother in the summertime. But
Mm.
I was the one raised.
Okay.
So, you know,
I didn't know that.
a lot of fathers want that. Say that again, King?
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that you was raising your daughter at that time.
Oh yeah. That's it, and it was funny because not funny. I left to go to the Marine Corps, and when I came home from the Corps, my mother didn't know when I was coming in, and my daughter was in the living room with my sister and my mother, and I came in and she saw me, and she was like, "My dad." So yeah, but I loved it, and I know a lot of other fathers would love it too, just to see their child. And this is what my wife, she lets me do it. She knows I'm down here in the office researching, putting it, helping them put their documents together. Um, so this is what I love to do, but they have to come correct. And when I say they have to come correct, they have to show me that they're willing. Okay, we put them through two mock trials. Okay, the first mock trial they have, they come in right like they coming in off the street, and we see what they're going to do if they have to go before a judge or a magistrate. All right. After that mock trial, we give them the education. We help them talk with some of the fathers that have gone through the program that had one custody. Okay. One father, he was like, I live by this program, all right? I'm telling any father today, if you're ready to put in the work, because he was a father that was in Anne Arundel County for his court date. He beat his mother's attorney.
Wow.
He no law degree that I have or he has.
Right.
It was just following the rules of the court.
Yeah.
Okay, just giving him the information to follow the rules. Okay, he was able to ask her questions based off of the custody situation, based off what Maryland law says that I told him to go to, and that was it. That's how we choose to do it. Because and they say, well, you're doing it as a nonprofit. I say, yeah, and what's your issue? Why are you doing it as a nonprofit? Why would I want to charge you to be a father to your own child?
Hmm.
That makes no sense.
Hmm.
That makes no sense.
You might have got a shout on that one if you was in church.
I mean, come on.
Hey, that make perfect sense.
Right.
Make perfect sense.
So it's beneficial to the child if you sign up with services for us so we can teach you how to be a stand-up dad in court. Okay? And basically what you're doing, the what you're paying for is the services that you need. Okay? When you have to file, okay, you're filing something, and how it works is a father who's paid, two father who's paid for before you, their money goes to help you when you got to go to court. Okay, because we're putting up half and you're putting up half. Okay, we're able to put up half because the other fathers paid.
Right.
Okay, so you have to look at the whole picture. Okay, we looked at the whole picture. We see how it needs to happen. All right, and fathers, I tell them all the time, just think, just relax. And sometimes, and I don't care what with your deity, you need to pray about this, man.
Right.
Because you ain't gonna get nowhere if you don't have that higher power to turn to. That's my opinion. Okay, I didn't say you have to be Catholic. I didn't say you have to be Baptist. I didn't say you have to be Islamic. I didn't say you have to be Jewish.
Right.
Okay, I
Right.
just said you have to have a higher power.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's going to get to that point to where you're going to question yourself day in and day out, especially if she's holding your child away from you.
And I know that's the tough part. Because even wanting to fight, when you're dealing with a situation where it's like you against her, and she holding all the cards, and a lot of guys just give up. You know what I'm saying? They just don't even have to fight in them. They just like, nah, just it's whatever the court say.
No, and
And
see
that's the worst. That's the worst
that's
attitude
the
to have.
worst thing you can do because sometimes I'm gonna tell you straight up. Sometimes the judges and the magistrates are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I could tell you the first time when I walked in the court, and I can't mention her name because she's still sitting. I walked into this judge court and she took all my rights away, and I'm like, you can't do that. But she did. But I refiled, and the magistrate that I had said, why would this judge take all your rights away?
Right.
Okay, so basically, he wrote against her,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and put me back into my child's life,
Mm-hmm.
okay, and put me, and so basically, is it's a battle between judges half the time,
Yeah.
all right. But before we go off on the judges, I want fathers to look at within inside themselves and really say, or really put their best foot forward and say, this is what I want to do for my child or my children.
Right.
All
Right.
right.
Yeah.
But then we got those uh those families that are uh combined, let me say. Okay. And this is when they really have to talk with their mate and see if their mate is open to them being a real blended family. Okay. Because I wish I could show you on my right arm, I have two sleeve tattoos. On my right arm, on my forearm, are my four kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, my two biological and my two step kids. He's like, you got your step kids on your arm? They ain't yours. I'm like, listen, if I'm here, they mine.
Right.
I married their mother, so they mine.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's again. You take a position. Not many men. Let's call them men. Men. A lot of men don't take that position. You know what I'm saying? So just show you the character of the person, of the CEO. You know what I'm saying? And this is the guy that's working on these cases for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm sure you got a staff and you got other people that do other things for you. But you carry in the book, you carry in the book bag, as you will. You know what I'm saying? You carrying all the weight. You say you walk 5 miles to the courthouse today?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
a nice day outside, but I mean, come on, man. You
yeah,
walked up there.
yeah. Well, you know what? This is for, and let me say, I never said this, but this is for the fundraiser that uh, I was able to plan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the week of Father's Day, I am planning to ride my bike. You know, I'm a cyclist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning to ride my bike from Baltimore to Richmond, Virginia, and back. That's 500 miles. I want to cover 125 miles a day.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm getting myself prepared. Like today, just for you, Kenny, you my man. I work out on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, today's Tuesday. I told my workout group I'm not going to be there because they know I'm what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm getting my body in shape right now. This morning at 1 o'clock, I was on the bike around Planet Fitness, and I only rode for an hour, so I did 18 miles in an hour. Okay, um, so I say for my training for that. I do 4 to 5 days at 25 miles per day. All right. Um, so that's what I'm doing. And they say, you still have a full-time job and you still have a wife. I'm like, and I have a family. And I also pray, and God says, you are my child and you're doing for my sheep. So basically, I'm going to give you the strength to continue to do this. And I'm saying, thank you, God. I get on my knees and I just do what I need to do.
There you go. That's what's up. So you got make sure send me the info for the fundraiser. So what do you do like pledge for the mile or something? Is that one of those
Yeah.
type of deals?
Yes, exactly. You
Okay.
remember how the walkathon we used to
Yeah, yeah,
have?
yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So uh they just pledge whatever they want. Um and it's just, hey, I just go off and do it. I put in for it when my job asked for me. I want when we want vacation time. I said, oh, I'm on Father's Day weekend, so I can do this bike ride for the fathers. They like, got a job. I'm like, yeah.
So you
We can
said
do this?
you said it's 500
Yeah,
total miles.
500 for the mile.
So that's what 4 days. You said 125 a day.
I'm doing it in four. I'm
You
doing
doing
it in
four?
four. Yeah. 125 miles a day.
Okay. So you going to
I
Richmond?
mean, I can do that. I did 200 in a day, but it was like 32 years ago, but I can still do it.
Okay. All right. I can't do it, but I'm gonna try help. I'm gonna help you out as much as I can. You know what I mean, I can't remember last
Yeah.
time. I can't even remember last time I've been on the bike, and for sure wasn't no 100 miles involved in it. But yeah, that's definitely a cause that's worth helping out. So I definitely make sure I support you any way I can. When you just make sure you give me the info, and I'll share it
No,
with the
of course.
listeners and everybody else too. So
I appreciate that.
so 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 if a father comes into the program
Hmm.
and so you say is it like you say you split the fees, so you like they pay half and you pay half, or
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So what are filing fees, like? What does it cost to file? All right, what are you filing? All right, let's start there. What exactly? What are you going in? What are they filing if you helping them out? So are they filing like for
Right.
custody or
And see, that's why I vet them. Okay, because I need to know what do they want. Okay. If you just want visitation rights, okay, we can do it for visitation. If you want to put out there you want custody, we can do it for custody. Okay. And some fathers, believe it or not, said the date, I just want to pay child support and just see my child here and there. Okay, because I got that kind of job. Okay. So you put it down there. But see and see, this is how I say Maryland is dirty. Sale. Okay. They try to go back to whenever the mother says it, okay, on that paperwork. Okay. No. If you've been communicating with this woman and you've been sending her money either through Cash App, Zelle, or whatever mode you use, Apple Pay, you print those out. And you can say, no, judge, I have the documentation here of when I paid. Okay. And fathers, I'm gonna say this right here and right now. Whenever you are served, make sure you fill out the paperwork that says answer. All right, because they send it to you. They saying what why they want custody or why they want child support from you. Okay, it's up to you to make sure that you file an answer. Okay, and from that answer, they'll have you go through a scheduling conference to say how things are going to work out. Now, during the time for your scheduling conference, you can come say, I want to talk to y'all so y'all can help me out to put my case together. We'll do that for you,
okay?
okay, with you. Okay, but we ain't doing it for you.
Right, right, right,
We'll
right.
out like we doing right now. We'll talk over things so you can put it down on paper. Okay. We'll have you put it through either DeepSeek or Chat GPT because Fathers have to learn how to use everything, the technology that's out here to help them right now. Okay, it's no longer, oh, I'm gonna do it by myself. You no, you can't. Okay, so you do it like that, and basically, um, I want y'all to remember, you're not gonna get into court within a week or two. It's gonna take you at least 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. So during that 3 month time period, you need to be documenting. You need to be putting everything down on paper. You need to be, even if you have an iPhone, going through your app store and download a parental communication app to show how you and the mother can communicate. That will help you out. Okay. You go to a judge, say, well, judge, I put it out there that we can communicate through an app. Okay, so she didn't have to talk. We don't have to talk. Just talk about when we're going to exchange the child or the children. Okay, and that's it. And see, I wanted to tell you, on the first Saturday in May, I'm gonna do a fatherhood convo session at Vulcan Blazers. You know where that's at, from near CCB.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna be up at Vulcan Blazers doing a fatherhood convo session, giving fathers this information, explaining to them. Now, this is the thing. I normally like to, stream everything. The first session, I'm not streaming because I feel as though if you want this information, if you want this help, you're going to come in and get it.
Come get it.
Okay. And here's the hit. I'm asking grandparents to come in as well. Why am I asking grandparents to come in? Because grandparents are the next in line in filing for the access to see their grandchildren. All right. So I'm here. I'm willing to put myself out there. My wife is willing to let me go out there and share my time to get fathers to understand what their role and responsibility is, so they don't get fed up, so they don't get mad with the system. All right. Listen, this last day of March, all right, fathers, it's probably been mad for you. Start today to make a better tomorrow.
There you go.
All right. And listen, if you have an attorney out there that's working with you, make sure your attorney is doing what they're supposed to do. If not, fire your attorney and get yourself another one. Or better yet, talk to me so I can assist you with doing it. Then you can go to the attorney and say, no, all my stuff is done. I just need you to be my mouthpiece.
And see, you doing this again as a nonprofit. So, you're not getting a lot of benefit out of it other than the benefit of helping people. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna get rich off of this. You're not, you know what I'm saying, you're not gonna be like hotshot lawyer. You're not gonna be Johnny Cochran of fatherhood. You gonna be, but I can tell it's a passion. It's passionate for you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm assuming, and the reason why you started, it all started because of your situation. You know what I mean? You had a situation. You felt like you were wronged in the system, and you said, you know what? I'm not gonna lay down. I'm gonna fight this thing. And you fought it. You figured it out, and you say, you know what? I'm gonna help somebody else, and then I'm gonna help somebody else, and now we have what we have. We have Winning Strategies as a nonprofit organization, which you at one level today, and again with your passion, it's only going to grow. It's only going to get bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, you got my support, whichever way I can help. If I can promote, put your stuff out there, I'm gonna do that for you. Like I said, I've already referred people to you, So we and it's really based off of relationship, which a lot of things is based off of relationship, right? Because I know you, like I said, I've always known you to be a solid guy, so I never worried about if I send somebody over there, he gonna be on some BS. Is he gonna, you know what I'm saying, like on a money grab, trying to get money. That never crossed my mind. Like I always figured, all right, Eric's solid dude. He gonna do the right thing by these people because I can just tell by the passion in your videos. You know what I'm saying? And just the way you talk about this thing, that this is a real, this is like your passion. And again, sometimes we don't find it. You might have found this by accident. You know what I mean? Your profession and all the things you've done leading up to this probably had nothing to do with helping fathers along the way in their journeys, right? And you found it.
Listen, let me say this. A lot of people don't know, okay? And I don't tell people this when it comes to this. They say, do you have a degree? I'm like, why does it matter? Well, yes, I have a degree. Okay? You don't need a degree to be a father.
Right.
You just need to have an open heart. You just need to have that will to want to be there. But I told them, yeah, I have a degree. And I did. I even took the school the test to get into law school. I took the LSAT. Okay. And they say, why didn't you go to law school? I was like, I didn't want to go to law school at that time. I just got tired of being in school.
Right.
All right. I didn't feel like sitting up there again. Okay. I already wrote my thesis. Okay. I don't feel like I want to sit there and take another test. All right. So basically, I just did it like this. And you know what? I'm still not going to tell you I have a degree. Okay. I'm gonna tell you I do work. I have a job.
Yeah.
And like most fathers, they want to work, they have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I can remember a time when I was pumping gas in the airplanes at the airport.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, hey Eric, you got a degree. Why you here? Because I can't get a job and this is the only job I can get. Just like other fathers. I don't care what you do. Okay? As my mother used to say, forgive me, y'all, even if you got to shovel shit, you do that, it's going to pay you something so you can be there for those children.
That's it. You gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do till you can do what you can do.
Yes. Every day. Every day.
And that's that. You want to jump in, Dean? You've been listening, paying it, patiently.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm definitely taking a lot in. It's a huge endeavor. Um, as we know, when you're dealing with, young men, teenagers, 20 years old, the struggles that they encounter, a lot of their home situations are broken, and it's an effort. I'm wondering, with that effort and with the condition of many of the young folks, do frustration set in for you? Have you dealt with frustration when dealing with folks?
I do. I mean, I get frustrated. I really get frustrated when they don't want to listen.
Mhm.
Okay. Um, when I suggest things or when I tell them to talk to the other fathers that were successful. Okay. I really is this one guy. You may have seen advertisements on Facebook called Mobile Services. Okay. For Omari. Omari was one of our biggest clients. Okay. Omari, that's the gentleman that got full custody of his daughter. Okay. Who swears by our program. Okay. He saw the benefits of this program. Okay. He talked to an attorney, and the attorney wanted an outlandish retainer fee. Okay. And then the attorney wanted him to pay such and such money, such and such money a month. He was like, nah, I ain't living like that. So basically, instead of having somebody talk for him, Dean, he wanted to talk for himself because he knew what he wanted. Okay. He knew his story. He didn't want that attorney talking for him. And let's be real. Okay. A lot of times the attorneys aren't really talking for you. They're talking for the court. Okay. So fathers who have an attorney are still upset because they paying child support out the yang yang. All right.
Yeah.
And I tell them, I'm like, did your attorney fight for your physical custody? He's like, what you mean? Did your attorney say that you want 94 overnights? No, he just said I want legal custody. Why? Everybody get legal custody. That's just say you can get to go to the school to see their records. You can get medical documentation. As long as you're not a pedophile, you can have access to your child's rights. Okay, because that's your child.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, um, they still want to just, and I'm sorry to say, they just want to listen to what somebody else is telling them or what somebody else is saying. Okay, not listen to a father that has gone through it, not listen to a father who has been there and has done that. And I like to get these other fathers that have gone through the system and have heard what we are doing, even going to our webpage, seeing what we do, and just like Kenny see what I do on a constant. When I have to be to work at 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm up posting at 6 o'clock before I walk out the door. Okay, just to give fathers that inspiration, just to pray with them. All right, because this will take you to a level that you are not ready for if you don't be set, if you don't be stable in your mind with saying like, "Hey, God, I know I'm gonna need you on this. Just be with me."
Yeah, man. So this what see what you how long you been doing this? When did it
The nonprofit for right now, we've been doing this. I'm gonna say 6 years.
see see now we know how difficult now me and Kenny talk a lot. He's in that field where he's dealing with a lot of folks who got issues going on. So we know how difficult from him coaching together, coaching kids. They're getting locked up. All kinds of stuff are happening. So what you're dealing with, I mean, it's heavy stuff. Now, if you're still in the business 6 years later, see, that says something to me. That says a lot to me because I know what you're faced with. And if you've gone 6 years, see, and you given examples of lawyers, attorneys with these guys, and they're not satisfied. And to me, the big difference is basically you care. You care what happens to these young men. You care and trying to help their lives. And I'm telling you, man, that's the big difference. The fact that you care and you've been through it. And to me, that gives you a huge advantage, or it gives them a huge advantage to connect with you rather than even connecting with an attorney.
And I thank you for that. Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's very true. Now, it, I I don't know if you know, but last year in the legislature, okay, it was passed that fathers who make less than 40,000 can have their driver's license reinstated
Mm,
if they have a real situation. Okay, now here it is. If they had the education, if they had the knowledge to know that how to argue their own case, they may not have had that large of real situation. Okay. Now, also, they could have also have asked for a redetermination based off of their financial state. Okay, because a lot of uh, child support that's made up is made up of what you're making now. Okay, the economic climate in Maryland is not that great. Okay, so basically, if you lose your job, you go. I need you to go there and say, "Well, hey, I don't have that job I have anymore." Okay, and you cannot base my child support off of what I made then. You need to base it off of what I'm making now. Okay? And fathers need to know how to advocate for themselves.
Mhm.
Okay? A lot of times they're not advocating for themselves. They're just taking what somebody gave them or told them what to do. Okay? And you can't do that. And listen, before I say this, I know I'm probably about to step on a lot of people's feet when I say this.
Put your Timberlands
A
on.
lot of time, a lot of times, it's your mother that's making it wrong.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
mm, mm.
Uh-oh. Say that again.
He might have broke the steel toes out on that one.
You gotta say that again.
Yeah, run that back.
Yeah, it's. I mean, listen, come on. A lot of times, it's the mother
Mm.
of the young man that's telling them wrong.
Ooh.
Okay, but where's the father in all of this?
Mm.
Where's the father that's supposed to be assisting him to come up to take over to be a productive citizen?
Mm, mm. That's
You
tough.
want to play sports, you got to have some sort of mentality to stand up there to be a part of a team. You are, believe it or not, you are part of a team when you choose to be a father.
That's facts. That's facts.
Okay? You're saying that you are the next in line to help to raise this child. You are trying to be a co-parent, like you are a teammate on a team. All right? If you can't be one of the nine on the baseball field, if you can't be one of the five or the one of the ones sitting on the bench to help your team come up, let the next man do
Mm. Yeah, you definitely stomping on some toes here.
Mhm.
it. Hey, listen. My stepkid's father.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Nice dude. All right? Nice dude. But when I got together with their mother, I wanted him to know who I was, right? So I wanted to introduce myself. Kenny, just talk. Listen, hey, I'm here involved with your children. I need you to know me and know what I stand for, right? Police officer, okay, Palmer City. I was gonna go down to his job just to talk. All right. He go, I only know I'm a police officer. What the police officer got to do with you and your children?
What?
So I ain't squawk about that. No. My squawking days are over.
Yeah.
Okay. So you know what? I said, listen, I'ma still do this because I love their mother. That means I love them as well.
Mm.
Okay. So that's just it. I mean, my birthday was on the 18th. My daughter says to my second, to my bonus dad, I always love him. He can tell me anything. I listen and everything, you know. So and then Justin, he's like, Mr. Art, can you? Yeah, I'll do anything. One of the biggest things we did, well, I did was Justin. Once he turned 13, I was like, dude, you're not getting your mother to wash your clothes. I'm going to take you to the laundromat so you can start washing your own clothes. Okay? So just today, because I'm off from work, he's like, yo, Mr. Art, can we go to the laundromat on Friday? Okay. I, I don't have no problem with that. So, if until the father is ready, that tell if she's involved with another dude, go ahead and help out. Okay, because truth be told, she's probably put herself out there enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so just do that. And fathers, if you got another man doing more for your children, I think it's time for you just to man up and say, no, I can step up and do what I need to do. Okay? Learn how to humble yourself. All right? That's all you gotta do. Just humble yourself.
I think the
It's
key,
easier said than done. Trust
for
me, I
sure,
know.
for sure. The key, the key to this whole thing, though, you said it a few times, is you got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? And you're not gonna make somebody step up if they're not ready to step up 100%. You know what I'm saying? And I remember a few long time ago, young lady I used to talk to. She was having problems with her son's father at the time, and I'm a good listener. I listened to what she was saying, and on one hand, I understood. She was frustrated, but on the other hand, it was a lot of personal stuff, a lot of her stuff that was getting in the mix of. You know what I'm saying? Because the father was actually active. He was doing for the kid at the time. It wasn't like he was just ran off and wasn't being active with the kid. But what the problem was, she was putting her stuff in it, which was kind of convoluting the whole situation. And I mean, I guess for everybody's sake, that if I ever met that brother, I should tell you ought to thank me, but I wouldn't do that. But I just told her, I said, you got to take a step back. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, your child is the one that's going to get hurt. You know what I mean? Not you hurting because of the situation with the father, which has nothing to do with the child. You know what I'm saying? And I said, you got to take a step back. Get your feelings out of it. Don't put your stuff in the middle of this dude and what he's doing for the child, because he is doing for the child. He's just not with you no more. You know what I'm saying? And that was the whole issue. You know what I'm saying? But again, I know you see it dealing with dads, and like you said, you see some fathers they already gave up. They just ready to wash their hands with. I just want to pay child support, or I don't really want the custody, or even they don't even know that they can get what did you say, like the 96 days, 96-day rule or whatever. They're not even aware of those type of things. So it just really educating yourself, and a program like this that's helping dads, number one, to educate themselves, but to fight, to learn how to fight for themselves, and again, you structured the program where, all right, it's not 100% free for you. It's going to cost you something. If nothing else, it's going to cost you some effort. You know what I'm saying? So you may have somebody that just don't have the money. So I mean, you may or may not work something out with them. I'm not speaking for you, but
no.
the main thing is effort. You got to put some effort in. You got to put some work in to really get your rights.
Now here it is, and you brought up a good point. Okay, and here I said we are at the baseball stadium. We have a stand in there where we generate funds for the nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
If they are strapped, only thing they need to do is just come and volunteer with us at the stadium where we generate profits to help fuel the nonprofit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And they are basically selling, quote unquote, their debt. Okay? Because we're footing their bill with funds that we generate from doing our fundraising.
Right.
Okay? That's all it takes. Just be upfront with us. Okay? Say what's what.
Yeah, so you can volunteer, and they got volunteer opportunities at the Ravens games and the Orioles games, doing the concession stands. So, that's again, like you said, if you in a situation where you don't have the funds, where you don't have nothing, where you can kind of work the debt off and volunteer some time at the Orioles game, working concessions or during football season at the Ravens, and that's a
Right.
way
And
to
see,
help
and see,
with costs.
it's good for both because um at the Ravens we built the first level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got like 3 stands, and we in the VIP section. All right, and we got like a crab cake stand. We have a side stand. All right, here at the Orioles, we got 1 stand, but you gotta remember, baseball is played on a 3-game set.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so when they got a home stand, if they got a 3 or 5 game home stand, you got to remember that's profit that's generated over 5 days, 3 to 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and here it is. Okay, this it's not for free because they give us tips. Okay, we don't keep the tips. Mm-mm. We say because y'all are the volunteers are coming, that is split between y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let you know this. Opening day. Okay, opening day. We made $1,400 in tips.
Mm.
We were supposed to have 10 people. We only had 5. So they made out. Okay, so when that comes in, they say, "Whoa, yeah, y'all did this."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we don't touch that. Okay, we give that to the volunteers because you are giving of your time to come in and assist us with making money for the nonprofit.
Nice,
That's all.
nice. So with the stands, so do they have like somebody from the stadium personnel that kind of work with y'all, or you good in there and you and your people just run it?
We just run it. Okay,
Oh wow.
I have a supervisor on my level, but we've been there for so many years. They know me. They
Okay.
know he's like, oh, that's Mr. Art stand. We know he's going to have a stand up stand. He knows. We know he's going to clean up his stand. We know he's going to make sure that his customers are treated right. Okay, so of course we had 40,000 people in the stand for opening day.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody had to stand in our line long because we had product right there, right there, right there, right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you know it generates it. Okay,
Do you have
it's,
so can anybody volunteer, or is this people that just part of the program? Anybody can
ah,
volunteer for that?
anybody. I had all right. This is what I'm doing with my church organization.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, with my church group, we're trying to raise money to send uh them to um an adventure program into Hershey Park.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the bus is going to cost. Okay, so I say, well, listen, for up to 5 people, we give you 5% of the profit. Okay, so that's 25% per day for what we make,
Mm-hmm.
of what we make. Okay, we can make the money to go to pay for the bus within a home stand.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
as long as we have the people to do it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to help out. Okay, I'm willing to extend this. Okay, but I just need committed folks. Okay, and you know today I was getting text messages. Hey, all right, I'm going to be there. I'm gonna send somebody to y'all. I'm like, to God be the glory.
Mm.
All right, because we know that on Friday nights that's college night.
Right.
You know, college kids want to come down and make sure we got to check the IDs, make sure they 21 before we can serve them a beer. But hey, we here and listen. I I like doing this, but I also have to remember that lady upstairs who I hear talking right now. She allows me to do this, so you know. Hey, listen, I gotta take time out for her sometimes
Yeah. Yeah.
because she
Absolutely.
says, "Well, yeah, I can do this,"
Yeah.
but you know, I have volunteers who I can hand that over to run the stand while I'm gone.
Yeah.
Away from there. But I just want fathers to step up for their role.
Yeah.
Okay. I
So
need fathers. Go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, is it an age limit for volunteers to come down there to the stadium?
18.
18?
18.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So
And basically you helping out. And, but you heard me talk before we came on. The 18-year-olds that helped out who still in school, we paid for their tennis shoes, and they had a little brother or sister. We paid for their. All they had to do was meet us at Towson Mall. We went out and we bought them 2 pair of tennis shoes,
oh, nice.
and
Nice.
tennis shoes at $150 a piece.
There you
That's
go.
$300 per student.
Yeah.
Okay, and he was like, "Eric, y'all pay for tennis shoes for them, and they help us out. That's our appreciation."
That's what's up. That's what's up, man. So you'll keep getting blessed. You know what I'm saying? When you helping people like that, man, the blessings will keep coming. And this winning strategies will grow to be probably bigger than you ever imagined it would be. Just keep doing the work. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? This is talking to y'all right now is a blessing. Okay. I even posted, I said, this is a blessing right now to be able to come in and talk with y'all, to share this with the audience, with your audience, and with people. And what I'm planning to do further, and I'm gonna put it out there, you know how people like to go on vacations for the summertime. If they coming up to Baltimore, we say, well, hey, you can come to the game if you volunteer at our stay, you know. You ain't gonna get you ain't gonna be able to pay your money to see the game all the time, but you will be able to see it. Like at the Ravens game, y'all, they could have gone out in front of the stand and watched the game on the screen, you know. So hey,
that's good stuff, man. So winning strategies, fcc.org is the website. You want to check my man out. You know any fathers that need some assistance dealing with this system, send them to the website. Check my guy out. Any parting words before we wrap it up?
Hey, well, listen, they can also call me 443-219-6939. That's 443-219-6939. Just give me a call. I'll talk to you. You got to remember though, I do have a job. All right, so text me. Text me. I'll text you back. All right. Normally on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, I can talk in the evening. All right. Other days like Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm working out, but it's about to start getting warm, so I got Bible study on Wednesday. So I'll reach out to you.
Yeah. So definitely, man, send me the information about the bike ride. The fundraiser you're doing up there, going to Richmond, that's a lofty thing there. I wish you luck with
that. Yeah, and, I was walking today, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm getting into it." So, actually, when I finish here with you, man, I am going to go around there. I'm going to put my AirPods in and my AirPods, and I'm just going to ride for. I think I'm gonna do 2 hours. So in 2 hours, I can do like about 33 miles.
Oh my God. What's that phone number one more time?
443-219-6939.
6939.
Yes, sir.
All right, somebody just asked. Throw that up there too.
Yeah, this is some powerful stuff, Eric. Man. I mean, like, I will say, never really be able to quantify that you have doing that. You know, you go in and you're dealing with these folks, you're dealing with these young men, and I'm just saying what you're doing is immeasurable because And being immeasurable, it can't really be quantified because what you're doing is really not a quantity, it's quality. And when it comes to quality, and that quality basically is love. That's the quality that's upholding everything that you're doing, that's been able to sustain you for 6 years and counting, that got you driving down the road to Richmond and all this stuff, man. That's some love going on here. And then even your background, your stepchildren that you involved with, and raising a daughter and stuff on your own and things like that. I mean, it all kind of adds up to somebody that truly care. And again, the impact that you're having, don't even ever think about trying to quantify it, because it can't be quantified. It's immeasurable because it is a quality and not a quantity.
Thank you, Dean. Now, I'm gonna probably leave you with this. And the reason why I like to do this, my mother said to me one time when she had moved out, she said, "You know what, Art? I really feel for you." I said, "Why, Ma?" Because my generation did not do a good job in preparing you for what's to come. And I took that to heart. And I said, well, you know what? I can't do that to these young men that are coming up out here. I need to know tell them how the system will try to treat them if they don't get their stuff together, if they don't come correct. Okay? When you talk about each one teach one, this is really an each one teach one type of situation.
You're doing a fine job. Brother Jay, what's happening? Brother Jay from New Star Church, checking in. Yeah, man, you're doing a
big stuff.
Just like you said, your service, man, is immeasurable. You really can't measure the impact that you're going to have. And like you said, I've seen a couple of the testimonies, of the young guys you were working with. One a while back that kind of stuck out because y'all just came out of court and you shot a video right outside the courtroom up there.
Yeah.
I remember that one. He was like floored. He was kind of stunned at this, I guess, that you were able to help him. You know what I'm saying? In the way that the results that you got. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess, like I said, I don't know what his full story was. What's up, Neil? My guy Neil checking in down from ATL. But yeah, man, like I just don't know. I didn't know the whole story, but I could just see on his face that he was very pleased with the outcome. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, like you said, you go in a situation like that where you might just be defeated. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, we all have talked to fathers, whether it's around the way, in the barbershop, wherever. And you talk to them, they're going through with the kid's mom or whatever, or they're in court, or they're getting beat over the head with child support, all of that stuff. And you just, man, people be so defeated. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you feel like it's no win in it for me. Like and the system is set up against fathers. You hear that so much. It's not set up for us to win. But when you go in there and you basing your whole situation is based off the law. You going in there basically without a law degree. So again, he's not a lawyer. This is not somebody that's been, with the Baltimore UB law school, none of that. University of Maryland law. You're somebody, man, that had a passion. You went in and you got the information for yourself. And by you helping yourself and getting your own situation resolved, your passion say, you know what, I'm gonna help others. I'm gonna help somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And that's again, it goes to the person. You know what I'm saying? And Dean said it, man, you can't do these type of things. You can't do this type of work if you don't care. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a passion for people, right? You can't, because like, again, the type of work I do, and I get called out, my clients call me out when they pissed off at me, man, y'all don't care, you just pushing this and you trying to get your numbers up and that the other, you gotta have program, your program gotta meet certain standards and you just trying to make the numbers. I said, listen, let me tell you something. There's no way that I could do the type of work that I do if I didn't care about people. You know what I'm saying? I genuinely care about people and want to see people winning. And that's regardless of what you're doing. I just want to see people win and do the right thing, do well. You know what I'm saying? And so, again, it say a lot about you as a person. And again, I've known you for years, and you always, like I said, I've said it. This is probably the fifth time I done said it. Solid guy from day one. You know what I'm saying? And we've been knowing each other, like I say, for 30 plus years. And so this guy been the same since way back then. You know what I'm saying? So this is the same dude that I met way back then. You know, and like life has happened to all of us. You know, we've had our ups and downs. You know, you like I said, you dealt with your stuff with the courts. You know what I mean? And it could have, that stuff can break you. You know what I mean? That stuff, man, that stuff can break you. It can make you just say, you know what? The heck with it. And I'm gonna just go about my business and whatever happen will happen. But again, because you gotta hear as this to the core of who you are. And like you say, your mom apologized to you for certain things, but she did something right. You know what I mean? Because she raised a hell of a guy. You know what I'm saying? And look at what you're doing. You know what I mean? Look at the work you're doing, man. So, you know, I'm gonna support you any way that I can. You know, whether if it's promoting your program, if it's sending people your way, if whatever we can do with the sports mix, I got your back. You know what I'm saying? And
Thank you.
Proud of you, brother. Proud of the work you're doing, man. For real,
you.
man. That's from the heart, man. Proud of you.
Thank you.
Yep.
Gentlemen, it's been real. It's been enlightening just to sit here and share and to get things out and to express what's going on, because even though I call it an institution, being a father, when you're helping to raise a child or children, it takes a hell of a man to be really ready to do that.
Yes.
Okay, at all levels. Okay, you got to, and a lot of times women have been known to say it all the time, but I want fathers to say it. There's no book on raising a child, but as long as you are committed to raising that child, you will get the blessings to do everything right.
I say that all the time. There is no manual on how to do this. It's trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And you can get all of the coaching and people going to tell you until you doing it, you don't know what you're doing until you do it. And,
That's right.
And I'm man enough, you know, and my kids might be watching. 2 of them are here in the house with me. But I've told them, man, hey, listen, I didn't always get it right. And still don't.
Nope.
Still don't. You know what I'm saying? Still don't. And it took me to be 40, damn near 50 years old to realize my parents didn't know either. They was figuring it out as they went. They was figuring it out as they went, man. And I was like, yo, because, you know, as a child, you look at your parents like Superman, Superwoman. They know everything. But then you get to a point where, and you in their shoes, or you're a parent, you're an adult, just being an adult, you realize, man, we don't know until we actually have to do it ourselves.
Right.
You know? But, man, you know, I'm proud of the work you're doing. I'm glad you was able to come on the show with us to talk about it. You know, you welcome to come back. You know, I already gave you the green light. You post it in my page all the time. So whenever you got stuff going, man, post it up, put it in the Sportsman's group. You know, you got free reign to do that, man. You know, whatever you need, I got you.
I appreciate you, sir.
I got you, bro.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yep. So anytime you want to come back, man, just hit me up.
Yeah.
We'll bring you up, man.
Good stuff, man. Real good stuff, man. It's good, man. To know that brothers out here like this, man. You know.
Yes.
It's too few. You know, it's too few,
yes,
and it warms my heart, because I do know that these brothers going through some of this stuff can easily become bitter, and becoming bitter, man, is a bad place to be. And through your wisdom and what you've been doing, you've probably already changed that one letter to make bitter into better. And, keep that rolling, man. Keep that rolling.
Yep.
Thank you.
Neil said, before you go, Neil said, you get no praise for the trial, but all the flack for the errors.
You do. That's right. You're right.
You're right about that.
Yes, indeed. But Eric, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I know you gotta get upstairs. Oh, I can put your business out there.
Like we don't want her mad at us.
Right. Hey, gentlemen, it's been real. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate you, brother. We be talking. I got Eric. That's indeed.
Man.
Yeah, man. Winning strategies. Helping fathers, man. Helping, man. And like I said, I've been knowing Eric 30 plus.
Yeah.
We was up CCB together. We was young men. He had a daughter. He said he had a daughter at the time. I ain't had no kids back then.
You said y'all was at the club, right?
We was at the clubs. He used to work at the Paradox.
Okay.
He used to do security down at the Paradox. And I want to say fantasies too, but I know for sure the Paradox. And we met. We was up CCB together, and so we go way back. Way back, man. He always been a solid brother from the beginning. And truthfully, he the same way he is now as he was back then. Yeah. I mean, so, just like I told him, man, he asked me a while ago, could he post some stuff in the Facebook group? I said, man, yeah, go ahead, man, because it's positive stuff. So yeah, anything that's positive, I'm with that. So I was there. Gave him the green light to do that, and we were talking. I referred somebody to him a while back, and we had been talking a little bit. I said, man, I want to get you on the podcast, so you can talk about your program. He said, yeah, he can do it. Now, what I didn't know he was going to cancel his training tonight because he told me he was going to train. He was going to come on about 8:30, 8:45. So that's why I was planning for him to come on at that time.
Okay.
He was logged in at 7:45. So he said, yeah, man, I canceled my training tonight because I wanted to, come on and talk. So I said, well, that's what's up, But I didn't know what he was training for. I just thought he went to work out. I just thought he said, I go to the gym on Tuesday, whatever. I didn't know he was training for, I said, he might have needed to go to the gym tonight.
Mm-hmm.
He talking about 500 miles on a bicycle, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah, bless him.
Can't miss too many training sessions.
Nah. And Father's Day is 2 months away.
Man.
Tomorrow, April 1st.
I'm sitting back wondering what route he gonna take.
Right. Route 1 all the way down.
Wow.
He said to Richmond, right?
He said Richmond.
Baltimore to Richmond. And back.
And back.
Now don't forget, don't leave that part out.
Oh, he said back.
He said back. He's gonna ride to Richmond and come back. So if you're watching, the man he doing a fundraiser. So once he give me the information for the fundraiser, I'm gonna definitely put that information out there, and I'm gonna make sure that I at least get the information out to people, man, that want to help support that, because that's a lofty goal, man, and very ambitious, because I don't have 500 miles on a bicycle in me. Damn, that's tough. That's tough. But winning strategies, man, helping fathers. Website, I'm gonna leave the website up on the screen there for a little bit. If y'all want to check it out, hit the website. He also left his phone number if you want to call him. He said text him first now. Don't just go call him. The man said he do got a 9 to 5, so you can't be just calling him.
Keep that in mind.
Send him a text message first. But he definitely helping out fathers, man, with navigate their way through the court system. So check that out. So let's this is the sports mix. So we can talk a little sports now.
Yeah.
We can talk a little bit of sports now. I'm gonna start off with this before I get into this NCAA tournament stuff. Some big finishes over the weekend. One in particular on Sunday that had everybody talking.
Yeah.
But what's going on with your man Eldrick Tiger Woods, man?
Oh man.
What's going on with Tiger, man? I heard he's taking a step back from golf. He's gonna get himself, going. I don't know if he's going into rehab or what the situation is. They gonna deal with his health issues. So they say he wasn't drinking. So I guess they did the breathalyzer. He was 0.00, so he wasn't drinking, but he was definitely impaired. So he wouldn't do a urine test or a blood test or whatever they asked. He refused to do that. So, of course, now they're gonna speculate. All the speculation come out now. So was it a narcotic? Is it some because he had the back issues, so he could be on like some opioids or something.
Yeah,
they subscribe to opioids for those back problems like that. So, he didn't want to take the test, which again that's his right to do so. And this is not the first time.
No.
You know what I'm saying? It's not the first time. And I'll just say this. Thank God that it wasn't tragic. Where there were no major injuries
Right.
that came out of this thing, man. But for somebody as iconic as Tiger Woods, man, he's like the first half of his life, the first half of his public life, let me say that, was nothing short of dynamic. You know what I'm saying? He took the golf world by storm as a teenager. He kind of burst onto the scene. And we speaking of fathers, he had his father right there with him, Earl Woods, man, that was telling everybody and anybody that his son is gonna be the greatest golfer that ever lived. And he put that battery in his back. And again, love him or hate him. Because we did a show. Remember we did the show on Richard Williams.
Yeah.
And how powerful of a father he was.
Mm-hmm.
And I put Earl Woods in that same boat, that he was able to really put Tiger Woods on a course. And it's something, you see something in your child, and as parents, we all look at our kids and we see certain things in them. And probably we see things in them they don't see in themselves, more than likely. And for whatever it was, he saw that the Tiger young, at a young age, had a gift for golf.
Mm-hmm.
He had something in him that said, this kid is a little different. And he made golf fun for him. He worked at it, but I used to watch the stories, and he said, do you feel like you're pushing him too hard? Do you feel like, he said, man, listen, if you're not having fun, we'll stop. But this kid loved golf. You know what I'm saying? And he had his dad to kind of mentor him and to lead him to greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I don't remember at what point Earl Woods passed away in Tiger's run. But seemed like the back half of last, I want to say maybe 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Maybe 10, maybe a little more than 10, but about 10 years for sure. It's just like he got close to breaking the record for the most, the most major wins. He's a little short of the record. But as he got close to that record, he started having the injuries, and he had the situation with the wife and
2000.
Well, yeah.
2006.
2006. So that's
Earl Woods.
Earl passed in 2006
at the age of 74.
74. So this is 2026. So he's been gone 20 years.
20 years, man.
But we saw the impact that, because we talked about fathers, so we're gonna keep it there. We saw the impact of having a father, how that impacted Tiger Woods and really put him in position. You know what I'm saying? To become Tiger Woods, to become the guy we all know. That Tiger had people watching golf that never would have watched golf, me included. You know what I mean? He had me tuned in on Sundays when he had the red shirt on. Going off, what do you call it? That was the victory shirt, going off for blood on Sundays. But to see the things that he's been going through in the last few years, with the I guess it all started with the situation with the women, and he had the thing with the flip. He flipped the call. That all kind of happened around the same time, right? When he kind of had the accident, and
Yeah,
all the stuff came out about the women, and
yeah.
the wife divorced him, and all of that stuff, and he'd been kind of in and out pretty much ever since that. You know, he played some years he playing, some years he not. He dealing with injuries, he dealing with this, he dealing with that. You know, and again, I'm the guy that want to see everybody winning. You know, it would be the greatest comeback story would be to see Tiger Woods get beyond whatever these things are he's dealing with now, whatever the situation is. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to take the opportunity to beat him down while he going through whatever he's going through. I'm not going to do that. But because we know how great he was. You know what I'm saying? We know the greatness that he possessed. And you don't just lose that. You know what I'm saying? And I think his issues may have more to do with the personal things he's dealing with rather than his ability. Because I don't think his ability to play golf had diminished. I just think, you're dealing with a back. You definitely need your back to swing a golf club.
No doubt.
And so to get himself in condition to play. And again, right now, that's not even important. Get himself together for himself. He got to do it for himself. You can't look at your kids. You can't look at nothing else. You got to do it for Tiger Woods. Get Tiger Woods together for Tiger Woods.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt.
So I'm sending my prayers out. Whatever he's dealing with, I don't know. I'm not going to speculate what it is. I'm just praying that the brother gets himself together for himself. And if he never played another round of golf professionally, hey, he left us with some great memories in the years that he did play. So, but it's to see it because he was supposed to play this past weekend, if I wasn't mistaken.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he was planning on participating, and and it's really sad, man. Like to reach the pinnacle that he reached was just like mind-boggling, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he actually, man, was at least on the level with a Michael Jordan when it comes to athletics, what he was doing, and particularly in the sport that he was doing it in. He was huge, man, and his endorsements and everything was greater than anybody else's, and for this thing to take place, and again, man, just it's kind of right along the lines of what Eric was saying with the nonprofit that he's working with, man. When you talk about the father, because when Earl Woods checked out, what I say in
2006,
Tiger had just got married in 2004. And the daddy checked out in 2006, and then he divorced in 2010. So you looking at this then the injuries and all this kind of stuff, man. And a lot of times, man, when you become so great at something, you better believe that there's sacrifices along the way.
Yes.
And focusing so much on making Tiger Woods the greatest golfer ever, or what these people go through for this, they're huge sacrifice. And so you said it best, man. We hope he get himself together and hopefully, man, can become healthy enough to get back to the sport that he loved.
Yeah, that's the main thing, I'm as big a Tiger Woods fan, because again, I was not a golf fan prior to that. I mean, I'm gonna be real clear about that. I wasn't a golf fan. I wasn't somebody that watched golf
right
in any way. I thought golf was boring. And no one didn't understand it. But Tiger was somebody that brought me to gain some understanding of what golf was even about. And I came because of Tiger Woods. I wouldn't have went and watched golf for no other reason, unless somebody else came along that just captivated me like that. And again, you said it probably best. Like Tiger Woods was to golf what Michael Jordan became for basketball.
Mm-hmm.
He was larger than life.
Yes, he was.
He brought people to the basketball court, to the basketball arenas that more than likely wouldn't have been there to begin with. Just not because they were basketball fans. They were more Michael Jordan fans than basketball fans. And I'll say the same thing for Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods had Tiger Woods fans more so than they were golf fans. And this I said it. I mentioned it here a couple of months ago. I had an opportunity to go to a PGA event last summer.
Okay.
Tiger wasn't there, of course, but I went to a PGA event, and so it's 18 holes.
That's right.
There's a lot of walking.
Yep.
I posted up mainly at the 18th. I stayed at the 18th most of the time. Most of the time, I did take a walk, but it was very hot that day, and there's not a lot of shade on golf courses. So I didn't do a lot of. I didn't try to walk around a lot. I just got tired of sitting in the one spot and we had a spot, me and my cousin-in-law. So we were kind of holding the spot. So when he took a walk, I held the spot. And then when I walked, he held the spot. So, we did it like that. But PGA golf events, man, I mean, you got to be a golf fan to really enjoy that. I went for the experience. And it was a good experience. I can say that I've done it. Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, so get well, Tiger Woods, man. We praying for you. We pulling for you, brother. So here was the big story. Let me dig into this here. This was the big one.
1 out of 2. 72-70. Duke, 10 seconds to go.
Got to cut and run through the ball, and who better than this guy?
Get it in the Boozer. Back for Sarr. Ahead. Boozer.
That pass by the Cameron, the Boozer boy.
Caravan, 2 seconds. Mullins
from the logo.
It's gone. We're point 3. UConn goes in front.
Wow.
Utterly impossible.
March means drama.
The deflection.
He knew it. Pow.
Major Nuggets out of Indiana. They all can shoot.
Foster. He goes long. It's knocked away and it's over. UConn still has the March magic.
Wow. Wow.
That was huge. I don't know why I'm not getting no sound.
Oh, you can hear
me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I don't hear you.
Oh, okay. I'm here. Yeah. But can you hear me now?
I don't know why I'm not hearing you.
You can't hear me. You might have. I don't know. I can hear you good. I can hear you.
It just kind of went out when you put that on. I never did hear the sound in the game that you put on.
Oh, okay.
So it could be me. Let me
Yeah. Can you hear me now? Can't hear me. Oh, you might have to go out and come back in. Yeah. Let's see if that worked. Yeah, but that man, listen. Duke, it's always good to see Duke lose. I don't want to call myself a Duke hater. I'm not a Duke fan by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay, I'm good now.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
So I'm not a Duke hater at all. Not a Duke lover though. So
right.
and to lose that game in that fashion, because they I think the biggest lead they were up 19 at one time. I think at halftime they were up 15. And they look a little comfortable. You know, I don't want to say the kids they stopped playing, but they had a comfortable lead. Things were going well for Duke, and but to UConn credit, man, they never stopped fighting. You know, they never stopped fighting, man. Those kids scrapped and clawed, and they had a couple opportunities before that last shot to get the lead or get tied up or whatever.
Yeah.
They missed some free throws, you know, missed a couple shots here and there. And it's like, you know, the time is going to run out on them. And you figure they down 3 with 10 seconds. All Duke got to do is get the ball in bounds and hold it. They didn't have to pass the ball, just hold it, because to get the ball back, Kentucky, UConn got to foul you. You know, so it's like, yo, get the ball, you hold it, you protect that basketball. Ideally, you want it in one of your better free throw shooters' hands, because he's going to go to the free throws and knock free throw. He knocked one free throw down this ball game. You know, they go up 4. No, they were up 2, right? Yeah, they were up 2.
Yeah.
So you go to the free throw line, knock 2 free throws down, you're up 4. And it's less than 10. It'd have been less than 10 seconds left.
Right.
But again, you know, that pressure is something.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That pressure, man, and everybody deals with it differently. You know what I'm saying? The pressure of 10 seconds being left in the game, and you got the ball and you got the lead. Understanding time and situation. Let's get the ball in. And I know they were out of timeouts, but that's something that you got to go over in them last huddles. You know, when you're getting that ball back on our next possession, this is what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what was said in the huddle or not. I just know how it was executed, and it was not executed well at all. You know, the Boozer, the smaller Boozer, I don't know their names, but the guard. You know, he had the ball, and basically he tried to throw it up court. If he make the pass, he looked good.
Right.
You know, it looked like a good play. He got the ball up court. They wasted more time. They running more time off the clock. But to UConn's credit, them kids, man, and this is something as a coach, man, I yell and scream, keep your hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up, keep your hands up on defense. Because you never know. Keep them hands up, and they got them hands up, man. They tip that ball. They get possession of the basketball. And now the pressure, and you see they showed Duke's coach. You can see his expression when they lost the ball, and when that shot went up, and when it went through. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I'm sure they had practiced these situations at some point during the season. You know what I mean? You go through situations. I'm sure they practiced late game situation with time running out, with with a lead. What are we doing in that situation? And it just didn't work out. It didn't work out for them. Shout out to UConn though, because I picked UConn to win the national championship. So.
Oh no wonder you feeling good about it. Oh, okay. All right. I get it now.
You know, I picked UConn to cut the nets down.
You even put your hatred for Duke to the side and everything, man. Everything's going good for you. You know, but Coach Kenny and I, we were around when Danny Hurley played ball. We knew him from his daddy coaching him and his brother, Bobby, and them dudes were tough. Them dudes were tough, and that UConn team has absolutely taken on, his toughness.
Yes.
Because they definitely was tough in that game. You down 15 or whatever it is at halftime to extraordinary program like Duke, and to keep fighting, man. That's Danny Hurley through and through.
Yeah.
And it's great to see them kids do that, man. And March Madness is March Madness because of stuff just like that.
Yes.
And so Yeah, shout out to UConn, man. Great program up there. And shout out to them. I'm my hatred for Duke has subsided since Maryland ain't in the ACC anymore. But I still remember them Christian late in the days.
Oh,
Danny Hurley's brother was down there. Was it Hurley? Bobby Hurley.
Bobby Hurley.
And Grant Hill and all them boys. So I haven't forgotten. We haven't forgotten that. So
they would say his hatred ain't going nowhere.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
Yeah, Duke is real easy not to like.
Yeah, man.
They real easy to not like. Duke.
I still see vividly, man. Christian Laettner making that little pump step, hitting that turnaround jumper, to knock off Mashburn in there.
Yeah, that.
Woo!
That. Yeah. Oh man. And Laettner. The year before that. It was the year before that, because they went to the Final Four every year he was there.
Yeah.
All 4 of his years, they made the Final Four.
Right.
The one year, he hit buzzer beaters in back-to-back weeks. He hit one against Clemson, and that's when they had Eldon Campbell. I think Eldon Campbell and them boys were still there. They might have been gone, but maybe Dale Davis.
Yeah.
But they beat Clemson at the buzzer, and then I think the very next week, they got UConn. I believe. And then I think the year after that, a couple years after that, is when he hit the shot against Kentucky. But man, to see that shot again, man, the situation, because again, man, the UConn just never stopped fighting. You know what I'm saying? And that's the one thing I took away from that, watching the game, is that they just never gave up. You know what I'm saying? And like, you see a team sometime when you down 15 at the half, a lesser team would have folded up. You know what I'm saying? A lesser team would have folded up and may have lost that game by 30. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't the will to fight back in a game like that, because they were down 19 at one time. I think was the biggest lead. You know, so to keep fighting. And to to come back and finish it at the buzzer, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? That just say a lot again, like you said about the coach and his makeup. And I saw some clips of him in practice, and he's a mad dog at practice. He gets on them boys at practice. He challenges them. And again, man, we've been in gyms. We've been around it, so we know that comes with it. That you got to have that. You got to challenge the players. You got to push the kids sometimes to do things that they don't believe they can do. They don't even know that they got the ability to do sometimes. Just put that, make them understand you believe in them, but push them to a limit to where if we need this, you can do this. You know what I'm saying? And he had his team, and Hurley, UConn has won 2 of the last 3 national championships, which is one of the reasons why I picked him to win it, just because of the pedigree. I know he don't have all the same players there that's won the championships or whatever. But again, coaching, man, is this time of year, there's a reason why, you see certain coaches always in the Sweet 16, always in the Elite 8. There's a reason, and Danny Hurley, he's becoming one of those guys. He's becoming one of those guys, man. He's definitely taking on the role as a leader.
Building a legacy for himself. That's for sure.
Building his own legacy, because, like I said, he didn't become the ball player that his brother did. Bobby Hurley went to Duke. Duke went to 3 national championship games in his time. They won 2 of them. Bobby Hurley was on 2 national championship teams, and starting point guard. He played a major role in both of those championship games.
He may have finished as what, the top assist guy, and maybe his record just got broken.
Yeah, he was up there for a while.
He was up there for a while, yeah.
So he hasn't become the coach. He just lost his job, as a matter of fact. He was out there at Arizona State.
Yeah,
he hasn't become the coach. He played at a high level, but he hasn't been able to match that as a coach. But the brother, he's submitting himself, with 2 national championships and now in his 3rd Final Four.
That's really impressive.
Doing a great job, man.
That is huge.
Doing a great job. So in the Final Four, on the men's side, Saturday, you got UConn versus Illinois, and you got Michigan versus Arizona. So you got the Big Ten. The Big Ten has 2 teams in the Final Four, Michigan and Illinois, and I had Purdue as one of my Final Four teams. They got bumped off over the weekend.
So who is UConn playing next?
Illinois.
Okay, all right. So the Big Ten teams are not playing each other. Okay.
They're not playing each other. Yep. So UConn versus Illinois, and then Michigan, Arizona.
Yeah.
And I don't know which game is first. I don't know who plays the first game second, but those are the matchups on the men's side. And on the women's side, their Final Four starts Friday. Big game is going to be South Carolina versus UConn, and then Texas versus UCLA. So South Carolina and UConn, Non Staley.
That's going to be big.
Versus Gino Oriental. Yeah. I have not seen either team this year. I haven't watched a lot of women's college basketball. I've been hearing the UConn team is tough, and I want to say they won it last year. I want to say UConn won it last year, the women.
I think so.
I think Gino won it last year. So,
Gino, man, that dude's track record, man. I'm saying, man, you can put his stuff up against any coach,
anybody,
men or women.
Yeah, anybody.
On what that guy has done over the years, and just kind of stepping back to that Duke loss, that these coaches are in there, and you as a coach are going over plays and working on that execution and all that kind of stuff. And these guys know those plays like the back of their hand, but you can work really hard on execution, but it's very difficult to create that pressurized atmosphere that this game is up under. I mean, it's to go to the Final Four, it's jam-packed in the arena, it's millions watching, and here comes UConn. They tracking you down. You got the lead, so you feeling that pressure, and it's very difficult to create that pressure. To me, that's why you look at a Chicago Bulls team with Michael Jordan. He is pressurizing those practices. When he's in there, he's creating serious pressure on guys so when these kind of situations arise out there on the court, they can be handled a lot better. So there has to be some kind of pressure that's infused into these practices just for these kind of moments. Yeah. And it's very difficult to create that kind of pressure. But as we've seen, some guys, and again, I go back to Danny Hurley, whose father was a legendary high school coach who had those guys playing at a super high level. So those guys it's something when your daddy coaching them. It adds a little touch to it. And shout out. I'm interested in the girls too, man. They on the map now for sure.
Yeah, no doubt, man.
They on that map.
No doubt.
It's gone.
And they start Friday, so the women's tournament Final Four is Friday. So I guess they on a Friday, Sunday schedule. And the men is on a Saturday, Monday schedule.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's the Easter weekend. So a lot of people, a lot of gatherings, a lot of family gatherings, and
Right.
People around the tube watching TV. So I'm sure a lot of these games are gonna be highly watched.
Lot of kids running the cookies to get some suit and some shoes and stuff.
Cookies.
Cookies.
Discount warehouse.
Exactly.
Not the cookies or the diplomat.
The diplomat, every man's son. I don't know what was out there back then, man, but I remember those days.
Hey, my friend. All is well. Thank you for stopping by to say hello. Always welcome.
Ivory Kisses Boutique.
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
Yeah. Leave that alone.
Wow.
Thank you for stopping by, though.
Yeah.
It was all love. Appreciate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. But damn, you done brought some memories back.
Yeah, man. Cookies. Turn the station, man. We used to go up to Eastern Avenue.
Yeah.
Had stores up there.
Yeah, I remember. Eastern Avenue, Monument Street.
Right.
On Diamond, Gay Street, down there, Old Town Mall.
Oh, yeah.
Howard Street.
Mm-hmm. Downtown was popping back then.
Wow. Yeah, some good times, man.
Times changed.
Because we weren't going. We really couldn't find what we wanted at the mall.
No.
Back then you wasn't finding the stuff you wanted at East Point.
Specific spots, man. We got to the point we ain't even waste our time.
Nah.
What the hell was East Point gonna do for us back then?
Nothing. You might get something out the Foot Locker.
Something like that. You good there?
Yeah, the Foot Locker.
When it come to Easter.
Nah. Yeah, you had to go down. You had to go in town somewhere.
Yeah, right. Right.
Yeah.
I remember one of them scenes from Martin. Thin Line.
Mm-hmm.
He was dealing with the bougie girl, Lynn Whitfield.
Yeah.
And Martin took her to the hood. I don't know if they got some fish or some chicken.
Right.
My home girl was talking about, no, this is so greasy. What the? This is taking me to my roots. So I don't care how far we run. I don't care how far we go. We move all the way out there and we do this. For certain things, we got to come back home.
We'll bring you right back.
We got to come home. We got to come back to the hood.
Yeah. And they was at the chicken spot out East Point. I think that's chicken spot still there too. All we down the end of the mall.
Yeah.
I ain't been to East Point probably about a year and a half, 2 years, but it was there last time I went.
Wow.
Yeah, it was there last time I went. I think I got a little chicken box too.
So that joint was up on the side where
down there where McDonald's used to be at.
Yeah, okay.
All the way in the back. What was down there? What was the big department store used to be right there?
Department store, that's what I was trying to think of.
I know it was Value City.
Value City at one point. Yeah, on that side.
And then it turned into
something.
Damn.
It was closed.
Yeah. Because the Value City, well, what was Value City? Value City was something before it became Value City.
It was something else, yeah.
But then the Value City furniture store was still open on the back half, but the front part of the store became what was one of them little discount stores?
Yeah, something. I can't
even think of it. The Burlington. There you go. It became Burlington in the later years, but it was something back in the day. I can't remember what it was back in the day. One of them big department stores. But yeah, it was down that end.
Yeah.
All the way down that end of the mall.
Yeah, they might be still there.
Yeah, I don't even know how East Point's still functioning. Last few times I've been in there, man, it might be like 10 stores in the whole mall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It looked like they got the be right back signs on most of them.
Right.
All y'all can't be on lunch at the same time now.
Yeah, I remember the days when they ain't had no ceiling on that bad boy, no roof.
Yeah,
It was open.
I heard about that.
Yeah, man, it was open.
Tell you, I got an East Point Mall story when I was about, I don't know, 3. I don't know how old I was. I don't know how old I was. I know I was being a little boy and bouncing around on the bricks. Remember the fountains they used to have in the mall?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm bouncing around on the bricks and right in the water.
Went in.
Now, that water wasn't that deep. But as a little child, felt like I was fell in the ocean.
Well, yeah, that was deep from your perspective.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember, stop jumping on that thing.
Right. Yeah, you kept jumping. and we know how it turned out. Right.
Yeah, went home soaking wet.
Yeah.
The good old days.
Yeah, definitely.
The good old days. Yeah, I don't remember East Point when it was open. I remember hearing about it that it
was open, man.
It used to be open, like a little before my time.
Going there, you shopping in the wintertime, man. It's like, oh. He was thrilled when they put a roof on that boy. Thrilled.
Yeah, that's tough. Okay. East Point Mall.
The trees and everything. They roofed the trees in and everything. I'm not sure if there's any trees in there. Is there still trees inside?
No, they got rid of all that.
Yeah,
they definitely got rid of it. I remember the trees. I got a picture. Of me behind one of them damn trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a picture, man. My mother used to, I think she was in school. She was doing photography or something. So, I was the goddamn, the model.
Yeah.
Whether I wanted to be or not.
That's right.
I had to, I'm striking poses.
Right.
Seemed like damn near everywhere we went. And this back when she used to develop the film herself.
Oh yeah, back on those days.
At the crib in the closet.
Right.
You had to be in a dark room and shit. I was a little kid. I'm coming. I want to bust the door. What's he doing?
Right. Messing up everything.
Yeah. So tournament, man. I mean, it's Final Four this weekend. The NCAA, man. Like I said, there's been some great games in the tournament. There's been some good games, man. The Arizona team is tough. They're gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah.
But Michigan is tough. So the Arizona-Michigan game should be a good game. Illinois again. Illinois, man, it's the Big Ten, man. The Big Ten might be the best basketball conference in the nation right now.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, they might be the number one team number one conference in basketball.
They showed up in the tournament this year.
Yeah. I mean, they had a chance to have 3 teams in there. Purdue lost Saturday, but they had a chance to have 3 teams in the Final Four.
Yeah.
I don't think. I know the Big East did it years ago. I don't know if anybody else have ever done that since. Had 3 of the 4.
Yeah, sometimes when they do those brackets, and that you wind up having Big Ten schools playing each other.
Mm-hmm.
And did Purdue get knocked off by Illinois? Who beat Purdue?
Who beat Purdue?
Yeah, really.
Because I'm sure I watched it.
Yeah.
I want to say Arizona beat them.
But I'm glad for the Big Ten's sake that they're not playing each other in the Final Four. So they both have an opportunity to make it to the national championship. The Big Ten schools, Michigan, Illinois got a chance to get there. I'm pretty sure the folks at at the Big Ten is pulling for both teams to make it to the national championship game. But
Yeah, Arizona beat Purdue.
okay.
Yeah, Arizona beat Purdue. Arizona was tough, and they beat them pretty easy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they beat them pretty easy. The game Saturday, I think both of them was kind of blowout games, but then the 2 games Sunday was pretty close. You know, so again, man, we got, like I said, set for the Final Four Saturday. I got to make sure. I want to see this South Carolina UConn game for the female on the women's side.
Yeah.
And I got to make sure I get to a TV. Because I'm gonna be moving around Friday evening. So
they play Friday. What time?
Let me see. I didn't have the time. Let me find out the time for them too. Because because the women's tournament used to be Sunday, Tuesday,
Friday at 7.
Friday at 7.
And then the game followed behind at 9:30, Texas and UCLA.
Okay.
Now I've watched UCLA play early this year. I watched Maryland play UCLA, and man, UCLA looked dominant to me.
Did they?
They were big, man. They got some size. And when I watched that game, I said, this is a Final Four team. And here they are. So that's going to be interesting to see them go against Texas. UCLA got a lot of size. Obviously, that South Carolina UConn game, man, that game, man. That's a big game, man.
Now, isn't UCLA in the Big Ten now?
Say that again.
Isn't UCLA in the Big Ten now?
Yeah. That's I seen Maryland play them, and when in the women's Final Four, I see all 4 of them are the number 1 seeds.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, so all the number 1 seeds went on to the Final Four. So wow, man, I'm definitely going to look at these games. I ain't missing that UConn South Carolina game.
Nah,
and
that's going to be must see.
That's must see TV right there.
I'm looking at the Big Ten Conference.
Well, don't look at Maryland, all right?
The Big Ten got Wisconsin, Washington, UCLA, USC, Rutgers, Purdue, Penn State, Oregon, Ohio State, Northwestern, Nebraska, Minnesota, Michigan State, Michigan, Maryland, Penn State. Iowa. I said Penn State, didn't I?
Yeah.
Iowa, Indiana, Illinois. Wow.
Yeah, it's a big conference once they brought in, the UCLAs, the USCs, the Oregons, some teams migrated into the Big Ten. I mean, it's a huge conference. Huge. 18
teams.
Yeah.
18 teams in the Big Ten.
Some powerhouse schools.
Yeah. That's again, USC, UCLA, Washington, Oregon. These are all teams they were all in the Pac-10 at one time.
Right.
And then Nebraska was, I forget the conference they were in.
Yeah, the 8. What is it called? The Big 8 or something?
Yeah, well, it was
whatever.
Years ago. I think it's the Big 12 now.
Yeah, years ago.
They were part of that.
And a lot of times back in the day, it was kind of schools were in a conference based on the region that they were located. That's out the window now.
Oh yeah, that's over.
Yeah,
that's over. That's over because I'm looking at even the Big East. Like, come on, man. I mean,
right.
What's East about the Big East now?
Right. They need to drop the East part.
So the Big East got Butler.
Come up with something else.
UConn, Creighton, DePaul, Georgetown, Marquette, Providence, St. John's, Seton Hall, Villanova, Xavier.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you got 11 schools in the Big East. And the Big East is taking a hit over the years because, Pittsburgh left and Syracuse left the Big East.
Yeah.
And that just still don't sit right with me.
Them conferences are unrecognizable now.
Yeah, I mean, even Maryland being in the Big Ten,
It
still don't make sense to me.
Still don't make sense. It's still different, man. And you go back and take a look at the ACC. I have no idea who in that ACC now.
Let me pull them up.
We know North Carolina and Duke there.
Let me see who in the ACC.
The rest of them.
All right, who are the schools? Where are the schools in the Atlantic Coast Conference? All right. Schools. I don't need the sports. I just need to see the schools. I don't mean to have all this dead air.
Yeah.
Let me see who's in the schools. Who are the schools? ACC Conference schools. All right, here we go. Atlantic Coast Conference. All right. Boston College, California, Clemson, Duke, Florida State,
Dang.
Georgia Tech, Louisville, Miami, NC State, North Carolina, Pitt, SMU, Stanford, Syracuse, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest.
Oh man, that's crazy. California, SMU,
Stanford.
Wow.
This is crazy. Wow. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Wow.
And really, they chasing football money.
Yeah.
Football got these schools jumping around like that.
Oh yeah.
I remember, back when Miami, or was it? Miami was in the Big East.
Yeah.
But to better their football imprint, they had to move to the ACC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because there wasn't no football. Big East is definitely was not a football conference back then.
Right.
Big East was more about basketball.
Basketball, for sure.
And that's why Syracuse and Pitt and all them schools got out of the Big East, chasing that football money. But that's what really killed the Big East.
Yeah.
From the dominance of the 80s and 90s. Because once they started messing around with that football, they just kind of did the conference in.
Yeah.
As we know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so tournament time, man, what else been going on? You been checking out Orioles in the first week?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. I seen
I think they lost tonight.
They lost tonight.
Yeah. 8-5.
I saw a game. I didn't see opening day. I watched the game Friday. No, it wasn't Friday. Saturday. I watched the game Saturday, and they won that one. So again, the Orioles on the clock, man. I hear a lot of noise about whether they're going to go ahead and do an extension with Gunnar Henderson.
Yeah.
Prior to his arbitration years running out. So try to maybe buy out his arbitration years and sign him to a long-term extension.
I would recommend that.
Yeah, because it's not going to be cheap either way.
Yeah. He's a special talent. And we all know what happened to Manny Machado.
Oh, man.
We got this new owner. who pockets are reportedly very deep.
That's what they say.
That's what they're saying. That's the word. So get this guy signed, man. Keep this franchise competitive, man. You in the division with the Yankees. You in the division with Boston. You in the division with Toronto and Tampa. Man, you can't be fooling around.
Nah.
You can't mess around with those franchises, man. You have to come correct, and it's all about spending that money. Sign that guy, man. He's a stud. He's a stud.
Yeah, because I like Gunner. I'm a Gunner fan. You know, he didn't have as big a year last year as he had, a couple of years ago. But he showed off in that World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why he wasn't playing more. You know, he should have been playing more in that Baseball Classic, but that's a story for another day, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would hate to see another Manny Machado situation. And Manny, man, every so often, you see a Manny still making plays over there at third base, man.
Yes, he is, man.
Because then the last year he was here, didn't they put him at shortstop?
Yeah, I remember shortstop.
And he kind of forced that.
Yeah.
Saying, he's more of a shortstop. But nah, you were a pretty goddamn good third baseman, buddy.
And I was around watching Brooks, when he was doing his thing, and he did it on the big stage, the World Series against Cincinnati, made all those remarkable defensive plays over there. He did so well defensively with those incredible plays. They forgot how well he did offensively in that series. He hit all too, but it kind of took a back seat to all them tremendous plays he made. But man, this boy Machado, man, the way he played third base, that arm he got,
his arm is ridiculous.
That is ridiculous.
His arm is ridiculous, man.
I mean, I would, with him playing third, if I'm the first baseman, I think I'm wearing a catcher's mask. I'm gonna wear me a catcher's mask because that dude be throwing that ball with some serious heat.
Yeah, man.
Unreal.
Yeah, and he covers so much ground over there, and he make those difficult plays look routine.
Man, unbelievable.
I mean, he makes some of them plays look like man, he wasn't supposed to get that guy out. I mean, he covered so much ground to get to the ball. Especially going to his right. He going from you got the glove in your left hand. You're going to your right. You're catching the ball damn near behind third base.
Yeah,
and he able to get it over there with time.
Yep.
Like he might get him by a step or two.
Yes.
These ain't bang bang plays he making.
No, not at all.
He getting the runners with a step or two. He might have could have double pumped it.
Yep.
Manny, man, that crushed me, man, when they traded him, man. And even leading up to it, the whole year before, they just kept telling him, we got to trade him. And I'm like, why? You don't have to trade him. Sign him. Build the team around him.
Yeah, they weren't committed, man.
No, they weren't committed.
They were not committed to winning. Angelos and that ownership, man, they just weren't committed to doing anything. So,
yeah, Manny, Manny was one of them ones that should have played here the whole run.
Yeah, talent like that. Yeah,
he should have got a Cal Ripken run.
He's been an oil legend.
Yeah, and that's a whole nother story, though.
Yeah, that's another show.
Yeah, I ain't gonna bust that can of worms open. With how the Orioles do business. I'm pulling for you though, Orioles.
Oh yeah.
Y'all spend some money now. Y'all gotta show us something. Long season, long summer ahead of us. So we gotta see. So I'm just excited. You know, got some couple guests lined up for the next couple weeks. You know, I ain't gonna tease them on air. I'm just let y'all know. Just stay tuned.
Yeah.
We got some guests coming up. You know, the next 2 weeks. Got them signed, sealed, and delivered. You know, they signed on the dotted line. They didn't sign for no money. They gonna make an appearance on the show. You know,
We
so
really
had some stuff to
appreciate it.
talk about, man. You know, NBA playoff time is around the corner. You know, tomorrow is April Fool's Day, so be careful. You know, everybody be careful tomorrow, man. You know,
A lot of jokesters
a
out
lot
here.
of jokes coming around, and you know, a lot of people gonna tell you they have a baby. You know, don't
Right.
fall for that.
It's just to get your reaction.
Don't fall for that tomorrow. You know, so I wish today was April Fool's. I tell everybody next week on the show we're gonna have Michael Jordan.
Right.
You know, April Fool y'all next week. You know, Michael, we got an action-packed show for you next week. Michael Jordan, Charles Barkley, and Isaiah Thomas. And we're gonna call it the makeup show. You know, they gonna patch things up right here on the sports page. You know, because goddamn Isaiah, man, come on, Isaiah, man, come on, man, stop this shit.
You know what, man? He reminded me of, you know, how creative the Ravens organization and the press was, you know, to justify Kyle Bowler. They just kept coming up with stuff to justify him being the starting quarterback.
Oh, man.
I mean, Isaiah, man, coming up with some stuff. He created.
Come on, Isaiah, man.
Like, man. Poor guy.
Come on, man.
Poor guy.
Come on, man. I mean, yo, it's documented.
Yes.
There's video proof of him talking about how tough MJ was.
Yes.
So now, you know, and again, I think it pissed him off more that Mike not even acknowledging none of that stuff, man.
Oh,
Mike ain't paying that dude no mind. Mike hit him with the you know, on the Last Dance, and said what he said about Isaiah, man. And it's during the pandemic and everybody home watching.
Right.
And Mike said what he said, and he ain't said a word about it since.
He said the word sense.
And Isaiah taking every shot he got.
Yeah.
He taking and man, I want to say this, and I don't want to make a joke. I don't want to make light of this. Because he got that he had the situation with the Bell's palsy. With the, you know, that's why his face looked like it looked.
Who is that?
Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, okay.
So I want to say it's like, let me not say what it is. It's Bell's palsy. I know that's what it is. And I heard him speak about it. And it kind of almost make you look like you had a stroke.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because you see, like, he really can't. He don't smile the way he used to. And I don't know. I know somebody that dealt with that personally. But they were able to kind of get themselves back. You know, they went through it. They had it was like almost like one side of their face was like twisted.
Yeah, yeah.
But they were able to, I don't know, medication or whatever, they were able to kind of get back to normal. Isaiah, I don't know. I know that when he initially had it, he kind of was on something. He said that's what he was dealing with. And again, I don't know, man, and I know sometimes that's brought on by stress. You know, that condition is brought on by stress. And I would hate that if this thing is stressing him out to this level. You know what I'm saying? To where it's really interfering with your health. you know, I just pray that the brother get himself together from a health standpoint. You know what I'm saying? And again, because like I said, he's going out his way, and he's coming on all kind of platforms, and he talking about LeBron is greater than Michael Jordan. And again, if that's how you feel, that's your opinion. And again, I'm not gonna argue with nobody ever again that feel like LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. Now, I made my statement on that. I think Jordan is the GOAT. And that's just how I feel about it. Greatest player I've ever seen play. From my perspective. You know what I'm saying? But again, it seemed like to me, Isaiah is going out his way to take shots at Jordan, you know, to kind of diminish what he did. And you know, people were saying Mike was the greatest player before he even won something.
Yeah.
So let's not forget that. And Isaiah was one of them.
Right.
So let's not forget that. Let's not forget those years. You know, I just seen a video a couple days ago where they were talking about that Olympic team, the '84 Olympic team, and you know how they went on that run against the NBA All-Star teams.
Yeah.
And these were the All-Stars. This wasn't like some, you know, the 12th men on these teams. These were like Magic, Isaiah, Bird, anybody in the league at that time.
That's right.
They were playing in these games, and that Olympic team went 8-0, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
That was Mike Jordan and Pat Ewing, Chris Mullin.
Yep.
Steve Alford was on that team, and Vern Fleming.
Mm-hmm.
Wayman Tisdale was on there, I believe. I mean, so you had some pros, but these were college kids.
Yep.
These was college kids, man. They hadn't played in the NBA yet, and that was kind of the where Mike was putting them dudes on notice. Like, hey, this something different. You ain't seen nothing like this before.
Well, Sam Perkins and Joe Klein, John Concack, Alvin Robertson, Jeff Turner, Leon Wood.
Wow.
And they was beating the NBA All-Stars. And the main attraction, the main show was young Michael Jordan.
Yeah, Isaiah, cut it out, man.
Cut it out, Isaiah. Come on, man. Come on, man.
You waste too much energy on this.
Yeah.
Cut the crap.
Come on, man. Cut that out, man. You make yourself look crazy, man. And it ain't Bell's palsy we seeing. Something deeper than Bell's palsy. Oh, man. God damn. What's wrong with this guy, man? What is wrong with him? He ain't got nobody around him. You know what, man? I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with Joe Dumas.
Please.
Maybe Joe can talk some sense into him. Or Sally. Maybe we can get in touch with John Sally. Help that man out, man. I mean, ain't nobody coming to him saying, is he married? Because I was in my baby. Baby.
Right.
Come on, baby. Hey, I want us to make love, and you still talking about Mike. Come on now. Come on and hit this. Stop hitting Jordan and hit this. Come on, man. Somebody got to talk to that man.
I think anybody short of Mike Jordan himself, it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna stop. Him and Mike need to talk. He said that man called me. What did Mike call him on it? Mike, I done forgot what Mike said about him. But it was on The Last Dance.
Yeah, I can tell you what he said.
Yeah, what he called?
We can just kind of summarize what he was saying. He was saying that the man was an asshole. And he's saying, I mean, as far as his basketball skills go, he the greatest point guard, the second greatest point guard ever, other than Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
But I hate the guy.
Yeah.
I mean, case closed.
Yeah. And Isaiah said he don't want no phone call. You called me an asshole publicly. I want the apology publicly.
Right.
And the fact that he ain't getting it, I think that shit is tearing him apart.
The Last Dance aired on ESPN April 19th to May 17th, 2020. 6 years. 6 years of Isaiah Thomas running around making a goddamn fool out of himself. 6 years. I'm getting in touch with Joe Dumars. Or John Sally. Somebody.
Call Dennis Rodman. Shit.
Dennis Rodman. Somebody need to talk to this man.
And Dennis ain't helping.
No.
So Dennis on record saying, hey, Isaiah, you know, Mike and Scotty, the baddest two motherfuckers I played with.
Exactly. And it clearly, Dennis Rodman has spoke so highly of them Chicago Bull teams, and of course of Michael. And Mike went and pulled him out the bed.
Yeah.
Who was he in the bed with?
Carmen Electra.
Carmen Electra. Mike went in the room and said, Dennis, come on, get your ass back to Chicago. I mean, can you imagine that? Mike went to Vegas to get Dennis after he told Phil, Phil, you can't let this man go to Vegas because he ain't gonna come back.
He ain't coming back. He did some Phil. I gave him 48 hours.
48 hours.
No, sir.
Jordan had to go to Chicago. I had to go to Vegas and pull him back to Chicago.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah, come on, Isaiah, man.
Wow.
I would pay good money to see them sit down. Just hash it out. You say what you gotta say. I say what I gotta say. Hug that shit out and move on. You know, I know that's not gonna happen because again, Mike just don't give a damn.
And you know what, man? I didn't even want Mike coming back for that little NBC thing that he was doing.
Right.
I mean, for me, Michael Jordan was so tough. I heard him say recently that there's no such thing as the GOAT. I don't know if you saw that. There's no such thing as the GOAT. And I beg to differ. Jordan, you are the GOAT. Period. You are the GOAT. And he's so tough, man, mentally, that I didn't even want him to come back for NBC. I like the fact that he just have ghosted folks and doing his thing, and he done ghosted Barkley, he done ghosted Isaiah. Anybody that he shut you down, that's it.
That's it.
It's over. It is over. Why can't Isaiah understand that? What is wrong with that guy? And the silence is killing him.
It's killing him.
So he's so creative and trying to get louder and louder. I mean, you get to a point where you can't even go no higher. You already screaming. What else you gonna do now, Isaiah? You done stress yourself to the point where your face is deformed.
That's tough.
You done contracted Bell's palsy because you stressed over Michael Jordan. And I understand to a certain degree. You were a Chicago legend, and Mike just washed all that shit away. He came to Chicago and he just took over. Man. I mean, you wanted to play on the on the Olympic team, the dream team, and I mean, Mike and the rest, you couldn't get on the team. They didn't want you there. And it looked so bad because the head coach was Chuck Daly.
Right.
And I saw so much footage of Chuck Daly playing golf with Michael Jordan.
Oh man.
So that destroyed him too. And he didn't get on the team, and there go Chuck Daly and Mike Jordan playing golf, going at each other, laughing and joking, going out for drinks and having a good time. So I can understand where this Bell's palsy started to generate. Then he went to Indiana and won a national championship with Bobby Knight.
Mm-hmm.
After the Olympic team, Bobby Knight couldn't stop talking about Jordan.
Right.
He couldn't stop talking about how great Jordan was.
Right.
And all his years of coaching and playing and being around, Jordan is the greatest basketball player he's ever seen. Hands down. So now we can start to see where the Bell's palsy started to generate itself.
Mm-hmm.
And now Isaiah is so messed up. And then even if you look at the Magic Johnson thing, he had issues with Magic.
Yeah.
Magic shitted on him. And Isaiah was not satisfied until he got a one-on-one with Magic, so he could be in front of Magic and hug Magic and they can cry and all this kind of stuff. What the hell is wrong with Isaiah Thomas? What the hell is wrong with this guy? I'm struggling with Isaiah. I'm struggling with the guy. I don't know who else. Who else? We said we may can get in touch with Joe, John, Sally. Dennis ain't gonna fuck with him. Who else out there, man? I don't know.
Magic.
Well, I done heard Magic say, we too old for this, man. These guys need to squash this. Shut the hell up, Magic. Shut the hell up. What are you talking about? We too old for this, man. And man, shut the hell up. You know how Mike is. You better be careful, Magic, what you say, because he will shut you down.
Right. Ain't gonna be sending no more Jordans out there.
Exactly.
Hey, I need to find my disclaimer. Remember, I used to put the disclaimer up.
Yeah.
Let me find that.
Yeah, find that.
Because
find that. Keep the sports mix safe.
I got to find the disclaimer. Because we already in the doghouse with Magic.
Exactly.
Yeah, we already in the doghouse with Magic.
Exactly.
He got some airplay a couple weeks ago.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. It just kind of worked out that way.
Yeah,
it wasn't personal. It wasn't personal, Irv.
It wasn't personal, man.
It wasn't personal.
It wasn't personal. What's his son name? Is he Irvin Jr.?
I believe he Irvin Jr. I don't know what he go by now.
He might have changed it. Yeah,
he might change. He might go by something else now. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm over here. My head hurting.
Woo.
But even with the Chicago thing, they talk about Michael Jordan and Derrick Rose is who's the greatest player from. He ain't even in that conversation,
right?
I mean, Mike Jordan ain't even from Chicago. Let's make that clear.
Yeah, that's clear. He ain't from
Chicago. He not even from Chicago.
Mm-mm.
But they tell me who's a bigger star in Chicago, either Derrick Rose or Mike Jordan.
Right.
The younger people, they going, Derrick Rose. You know what I'm saying?
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Derrick Rose or Michael Jordan, please. That is ridiculous. Man, Derrick Rose was a bad dude.
Yeah, Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
No doubt about that, man.
No doubt about that.
But you can't be putting that guy up against no Michael Jordan, man. The hell? You can't even put him up against Scottie Pippen. That's another one that's going through some issues. You see that commercial?
I heard about it. I ain't seen it.
Something about Dr. Pibb. The soda?
Yeah.
Man, Scotty should be ashamed of himself. He should be ashamed of himself, man.
Oh man.
But in reality, it goes to show us just how big this guy Michael Jordan was and still is. For him to be impacting these legendary players at this stage of the game of their lives, it shows you just how big Jordan is. Because see, the thing is that The Last Dance, as a documentary, it is the biggest documentary when it was showed. And to me, I put it alongside that OJ documentary, which was huge. Put together, and when they say, Wilkes was in the car with Tiger.
See,
it ain't landed. It ain't April Fool's yet, man.
Man, come on, man. I thought, and look, we 2 hours and 40 minutes in,
and we hadn't heard from him.
And here he come.
Here he come.
Guns blazing.
Right off the bat.
He texted me Friday when the accident news broke. Talking about, you wasn't in the car with him, was you? I said, nah, but he was on the way to pick me up.
Oh man.
And he's on the way to pick me up.
So Tiger was on something else, huh?
Yeah, Tiger, man. I think, man, I ain't gonna speculate. I don't put no bad info out on that brother.
Dang. I wonder if him and Jordan still buddies. They all used to be pretty tight.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't know who cut who off first.
Right.
They ain't tight no more. I don't think he fooled with none of them.
Yeah, I ain't seen them flowing. Yeah.
I don't think he fooled with Barkley, none of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm still laughing, man. My head hurting. That damn Isaiah was on there crying. Him and Magic, boy, they had a kumbaya. Magic say, I know. I know.
Exactly. Come here, you little puppy. I know. Yeah. You feel better now, Zeke. Yeah. I mean, what the hell was that? What is wrong with Isaiah? Landon, what is wrong with Isaiah Thomas, man? help us get to the bottom of this.
Oh,
have mercy.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Come on, Isaiah. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
This is going too far now.
Yeah, man.
This is going too far. And again, man, LeBron James is a hell of a basketball player. He's a hell of a basketball player. Let's not get it twisted. What did I say about a month or so ago? The top 25 of all time.
Yeah.
That's less than 1%. That's less than 1% of the players that played in the game, the top 25.
Right.
If you're in that conversation, the top 25, you're a bad mofo.
Yeah, and when you make a statement like that, see, and that's a big statement. That's what Landon is sick.
That's
He
it.
is sick. But man, when you make a statement like that, I mean, that's a powerful statement when you talk about the top 25 of the NBA. And really when you say the top 25 of the NBA, you add in all the thousands and tens of thousands of people that play college ball trying to make it to the NBA, and people who play high school ball trying to make it to college. I mean, that percentage is so small that if you are on that top 100 team or top 75 team, whatever they did, man, that is such a remarkable accomplishment.
Yeah.
It's a remarkable accomplishment. And if somebody is telling you that you are a top 10 player or a top 5 player, man,
That's saying something.
that is saying something.
That's saying something. And again, numbers don't tell the whole story. You know, because again, LeBron is accumulating a lot of numbers. And again, he's playing at a very high level at 41 years old.
Yeah.
Again, let's not diminish what he's doing. You know, again, it's a matter of opinion. You know what I'm saying? Who I think is the greatest compared to who somebody else thinks is the greatest. It's all opinion. It's our opinion. You know what I'm saying? And we can produce facts to back up our opinion. You know, it just, for me, there's nobody that's done it greater than Mike. And I haven't seen anybody even close. And that's just me.
Do you know, when speaking of those numbers that you're talking about, I'm wondering, do the listeners know we know who the top NFL rusher of all time is, Emmitt Smith. So his name is mentioned up there when they talk about that. The third leading rusher, the second is Walter Payton. The third leading rusher is Frank Gore.
Yeah, I'd have never guessed that.
Frank Gore is the third leading rusher because he had a very, very long NFL career. He had a long career. He didn't get injured. He played a long time, and that accumulation was able to get his yardage up in the lofty position that is in. But I don't think you ever hear anybody arguing that Frank Gore is greater than Walter Payton, or Frank Gore is greater than Eric Dickerson, or Tony Dorsett, or Derrick Henry, or any of those guys who have less yards than Frank Gore. You don't hear that argument. But Frank Gore played a long time, and we applaud him for that.
Yeah.
Now, I'm just making a point, principle-wise. Now, it's no way in the world that I'm implying that LeBron James and Frank Gore is on the same level. Hell no.
No, hell no.
No, I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that longevity can produce a lot of things, particularly stats and minutes played and all that kind of stuff. But just because he's played a long time and accumulated a lot of statistics, I mean, that does not, it can play a role when you look at that, but he's just not, it just doesn't compare to what Jordan did, man.
So if you had to, right off the top of your head without looking at numbers, and you say, and I ask you, who's the greatest running back you ever seen? Who would you say right off the top of your head?
I would say the greatest that I've seen, or I guess you asked me who I consider the greatest running back of all time.
Yeah.
Now, see, I didn't get to see him play, but in my mind, I would say Jim Brown's the greatest. But for the ones that I've seen play, you know, the ones who are in the mix for it is Eric Dickerson, Walter Payton, and to me, even O.J. Simpson. You know, I'm throwing those three out there. Earl Campbell could be in there, but his career, you know, he took a lot of shots, throughout his career. He might have had four of those magnificent years, and then he's kind of slowed down. So I look at those three.
And right off the top for me, it'd be Barry Sanders.
And I forgot he would definitely be in that list there.
It would be Barry. Barry would be one for me. Eric Dickerson would be up there for me. I didn't really see
Walter Payton.
Well, Walter Payton, I saw a lot of Walter Payton.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see a lot of Walter Payton. So Walter Payton would be up there. And they might be my three.
Yeah. And I forgot about Barry Sanders. He got to be on that list.
Sanders, Payton,
Barry off that list.
And Eric Dickerson.
Yeah.
I always thought if you're just comparing just running backs one for one, I always thought Sanders was a better running back than Emmitt Smith.
Yeah.
And that's not saying that Emmitt Smith was a slouch.
No,
not by any stretch of the imagination. I just always thought, and then Emmitt benefited. He was on better teams.
Better offensive line.
He did more with more.
Yeah.
Barry did more with less.
Yeah.
And then Barry walked away with gas in the tank.
Right.
I think Barry probably had another couple more years productive where he could have got that rushing record.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He could have walked away with that rushing title.
He's about 1,400 yards behind Peyton.
Yeah.
He would have got it.
Yeah, he would have got it. But he walked away, and then Landon said he liked Billy Sims, but Billy was tough too.
Billy was tough, man.
And he just got the injuries got him.
Yeah, he got hurt early.
He didn't have a long career.
He was the first number 20 with them.
Yeah. I remember Billy at Oklahoma.
Oh yeah.
I was a little kid watching Billy Sims. I remember the Sports Illustrated with him and Charles White, fighting over the trophy.
Yeah.
Fighting over the Heisman. I remember I used to have my mother had got me a subscription to Sports Illustrated when I was in elementary school.
Yeah, Billy Sims is tough, man.
Yeah.
He was tough, man.
That was a time when the running back position was you talking Billy Sims, Charles White.
Oh yeah.
Marcus Allen came behind that group.
And when
George Rogers, Marcus Dupree,
all them guys, man.
Herschel Walker was tough.
Yep.
Coming out of Georgia. George Rogers.
Yeah.
Down there in South Carolina. He got a Heisman, didn't he?
Heisman, yeah.
George Rogers won the Heisman. Mike Rozier.
He was tough.
Man, running back position was high profile.
Definitely.
Back there. And they did big
I'm starting to get static. Take my joint.
Okay. Yeah, can't forget about Vincent Bo Jackson.
Oh yeah, don't forget about that guy.
Yeah. So, we're going to go ahead and wrap this thing up. Good show tonight, man. Had the Dadvocate Eric Smith, man, with the winning strategies. Was our special guest. Gave out some real good information, man. Fathers that's fighting in court, they need some help. Check my man out. He got some good information. I'll put his information back up there on the screen for anybody that didn't get it. Next week, I got another special guest coming up. So, we're going to have a good show lined up for y'all next week. And Final Four this weekend. So you get to see some basketball. Women's Final Four starts Friday. Men's Final Four is Saturday. So we'll be back next week. Next Tuesday, we'll have a new national champion college basketball and women's basketball. We're into April. Moving right along, man. So thank everybody for tuning in. Make sure y'all subscribing on YouTube. Follow the Facebook page. Follow the Instagram, all that. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. We out. Peace.